Hello, everybody, though. Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon. How are we doing today, chat? What's the vibes looking like, man? I definitely do want to discuss, like, the regional final stuff, of course. I want to go over, basically, what's been happening for Pro League, for specific teams. Obviously, today is coming off a very interesting weekend. Bro, Hal, don't shoot! You have aimbot! Hal, why are we shooting? Hal! Leave! I don't think it's going to be exactly what Reddit's expecting or what you guys are expecting. I think everyone's expecting like a very heavy podcast talking about anti-cheat, etc. But I don't think me and Greek would want to do that. Now, I want to clarify as to why. Obviously, we're going to talk about like pirate software and stuff like that, but we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on and go from there. Need whatever protein you're on. I'm on consistency and motivation. That's what I'm on. I've been loving the pirate guy talk. Yeah, I mean, that guy's a fucking genius. Like, that's one dude that I think if everyone should be listening to in the community, it should be him. You know, he's not like one of those fucking armchair devs. He like actually knows what the fuck he's been on. That's just how it goes, you know? So I do want to talk about a little bit of that. I did watch the interviews with him and how. I also want to talk about a little bit as to what was going down on my side, because a lot of people were clowning on me, but I think I need to clear some stuff up as to like why I handled the situation as I did. And I think people don't realize how much freedom I have, even while on the B stream, that I could talk about what's going on with the situation. So basically what I want to talk about really quick about what went on. So as you guys know, I was watch partying. I wasn't watching DZ's point of view like at all throughout the whole watch party. And a lot of people were clowning on me, saying that I was trying to ignore what went on. Now, I want to put it in perspective, the situation of what it looks like for me, okay? I didn't even know how many viewers I had at the time. Someone told me I had 40,000 viewers, okay? I didn't really know that I had 40,000 eyes on me throughout this fucking whole ordeal. But basically, I told everyone to ignore it. So my chat was getting spammed with Jen's account got hacked, right? Jen's account got hacked, right? And I'm over here like, okay, so someone like probably took his account and kicked him off the game. But like, I'm like, okay, so let's just ignore it. That loser that hacked his account probably wants everyone to start talking about it. He'll get back in the next game, or he'll be back the next one and problem solved, right? Some guy, he'll get an ult and play from there. Now, obviously, without me knowing, I have 40,000 people in here. I don't want to give this hacker attention to 40K. But in the moment, not seeing the situation, I can't know that this guy got cheats installed on his PC, right?
Wait, what the fuck?
Don't worry about it.
I'm getting hacked. But
I know, it's sure. Can you play the game?
bro, I'm getting hacked.
I know, but can you play?
Yeah, but it's cheating.
I can't know that. I can't know the severity of the situation. At the end of the day, man, I love creating hype and having fun, but like, I'm still trying to watch party the rest of this game while my whole chat spamming hacks. Jen's hacked. And in my mind, like, bro, this guy's account got stolen. That sucks. He'll just hop on a new one and play. I had no idea this man had a whole fucking cheats installed on his PC. So like, people are saying, I want to like make this very clear, because people were saying, bro, Wig wanted to deflect it because of EA. Like, I want you all to know right now that my EA contract has no clause or no laws stating I can't shit talk the game if I want to. Like, to me, I don't care what you think the reasoning is, but I think if you think the reasoning is because I have a contract at EA, I think you're a fucking idiot. I just want to let that be like very known. I'm not deflecting anything. The thing for me is like, I just don't like shitting on devs. So devs are humans. Like, devs get shit on all the time. I'm not trying to be one of those streamers that just immediately go in and shit talk devs without fully understanding the situation. I think a lot more people need to be self-aware. As much as you guys want to admit you know about video games and you know about the security, the cybersecurity part of games, some of you might be professionals on another game doing that. But a lot of y'all have no fucking clue. And I'm trying to be more self-aware, understanding that I don't fucking know either, right? Like, I have no fucking idea. I'm not going to go in here and just say, like, Hideouts needs to do a better job. fix it? Like, I don't fucking know. You think at any point, bro, I'm able to conduct a logical, understanding statement of how that guy just got into Hal's computer and put hacks on his PC? Not a fucking clue. So I'm not trying to deflect anything. I can't stress enough as to how much I work with EA and how much I shit on Apex to devs that want the honesty from me. Like, every time I work with an EA dev or a Respawn dev, they're like, yo, tell me the facts, like straight up how you feeling. I go into the positives, and then I end with like, yo, ranked is, I literally say this, I'm like, can I curse? They're like, yeah. I'm like, ranked is fucking horrible. Like, ranked is absolutely horrible. Pubs fucking suck. Like, I am very honest. I might not be like publicly honest, but that's because I don't want to add fuel to the fire for these devs. So I want to let that be known now. I was getting a lot of like weird shit for it and just like people saying weird things. I am very, very honest with the game when it comes to not publicly, because I just don't think adding fuel to the fire for these devs is really the right thing to do. They're not going to listen to somebody that's just collectively shitting on the company or their work all the time publicly and sending hate. That's just not how you change games. It's not how you make things better all the time. Obviously, sometimes it's the play, but a lot of the time when it comes to devs and stuff like that, it's just better, right? So I am very honest in public. I might not be as brutally honest, but like in public, but I'm very honest behind the scenes. And like, I don't know, man. I just thought it was really weird. People think that because I'm signed to the B stream, I can't really say anything. But from my perspective, I had no idea the severity of the situation of Gem Burn and literally getting hacks on his PC. I just can't know that. And that's just how it goes. But I want to let that be known, how it goes. I'm trying to be better in my life. I have made a lot of mistakes in my past and my present. I'm trying to be better. So as our channel grows, right, we have fucking 5,000 of you in here in fucking 10 minutes. I'm trying to be more responsible. And I don't know if that comes with age. I am getting old. My dick's starting to work way less. It's probably all this trend. I'm just kidding. But I want to let that be known, all right? What the fuck is bro yelling about? Bro, yapping about. Can we stop with the yapping? I mean, your name is Cheese Chillin', dude. Like, come on, man. Like, fuck me, all right? So we're going to lock in this podcast. Obviously, tonight we have Greek hosting alongside with me. We have JHawk also here to host and talk. And then also we have Hal as a guest, Dropped as a guest, in Nocturnal. Now, y'all might be thinking this whole podcast is about to be just about drama. I'm here to just tell you no. I don't really want that tonight. So we're just hosting a podcast because we have nothing to stream this week. But yeah, we're going to talk about Xset, why they didn't do great, Optic, why they're not doing great, what they feel about regional finals. We're definitely going to discuss regional finals, though. Like, I want y'all to know that. We are like 100% discussing regional finals and where they think this should go from here with everybody hacking. Everyone's in there? Yeah. All right. So I want to let that be known. We will discuss it, but there's obviously many, many other things that we're going to be talking about tonight. Stop flexing your chest. Do not be mad because my fucking tits are gigantic. That's not my fault, bro. I was blessed with double D's, and I can't do much about it. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, here, let's go join this Discord, man. All right, let's fucking lock it in. Yeah, boys, thanks for being here, dude. I appreciate y'all for hanging out and coming through. I know it was kind of short notice, but y'all don't really have anything else to play right now, I guess. Anyway, so it makes sense why y'all want to come through. Aren't servers down right now?
They were going up and down. They were turning on and then turning off.
All right, fair.
Time.
I mean, we got reps on Overwatch 2 right now. Him and Funk, like duo queuing,
swear to
yeah.
God. Oh, it's
they're
fucking
pogging off. I mean, fuck, Greek's playing a single player games with Phony. Like,
we're so down bad right now, bro. Holy fuck. My God. All right, well, thanks for hopping on again. Appreciate y'all, man. I know everyone's viewers are going to think this is going to be like a drama podcast. I really don't want to make it that. That's just fucking cringe. I'm not trying to be on my, never mind, I don't want to say that. I'm not trying to be on that shit of drama farming. I want to make sure it's like a good podcast. I actually do have questions for you guys, like individually. I guarantee JHawk does, obviously, as well. The honorary fucking guest every fucking time. Same with you guys. I feel like you guys are actually always on here. Dropped and knocked for sure. You're like,
I mean, didn't you like invite me as the third and then just never include me in like anything?
To be honest though, bro, like
you guys formally requested me to be like a third on this podcast, and you're just like, yeah,
we haven't done it.
You guys,
we haven't done it yet though.
That wasn't a group decision.
You fucking invited me yourself, you stupid fuck.
Yeah, but we haven't done this.
It was him.
Well, I didn't, but we haven't hosted a podcast, bro. What am I supposed to invite you to if we're not doing it?
Amen.
Exactly. So, hey, first one back and you're invited. Yeah, we're complaining already?
Actually, you did one IRL and you didn't invite me. That's all I'm saying.
What am I supposed to do?
Hey, man.
Fly
You
out?
got. I've seen your bank account.
No, you haven't. Okay. We're not getting to my salary. All right. So obviously we're coming off of a very eventful, some would say eventful day on Sunday. I mean, I do want to talk about that for sure. I don't really want to talk about like the dev side because I'm going to be honest, I feel like not many of us know exactly what's going on other than Hal talking to Pirate Software a little bit. He'll probably know more. But I do want to talk about where you guys stand as like players playing in that situation. What you think the regional finals should be like moving forward. What games do they nullify? Do they nullify the whole thing and start from scratch? Like, I kind of wanted to get everyone's opinion on that first before we talked about individual stuff because I think our whole chat's just going to go crazy asking about what we think about these situations, and there's just no reason to avoid it. It's pretty much impossible. So, anyone, how are we feeling after Sunday? Anyone go first? Just curious.
Fucking shitty for me. Because
Yeah,
we were playing good, and then all of a sudden we fucking start hearing people are getting wall hacks and shit. We're like, what the fuck is going on? You know, right when we're popping off, you know, the vibes are good. We're fucking feeling like we're back in our old form, and then just fucking have it in like that. That was super shitty.
Do you feel like that was the best you were playing like a long time for you guys at Optic?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah. What was the difference there for you guys in those first couple of games? Just winning gunfights?
I just think like I feel like it's almost like the energy was like actually back, you know what I mean? Like our energy was so dead for a while, you know, we like lost confidence and it just felt like we were a fucking different team in that regional final.
Yeah.
And we were actually like all three just fucking mega locked, playing out of our minds, and yeah. Pretty unfortunate.
So do you think that it should just be full restarted, you think? Just from game one, just all the way through?
I've talked about this.
Opinion, bro.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, you know, I feel personally that, you know, first thing that needs to happen is EA needs to like go behind the scenes, right? Yeah. And if they can figure out like when this shit started, you know, and if they can confidently say like nothing happened in game 1 and 2, then me personally, I think that those games should stand because I think it's bullshit to like, you know, completely revert it. But I've also said, you know, I am biased, right? Because we were playing really well. And I think anyone that was involved with it is going to be biased in some regard. So yeah. I've had those conversations with people on like Twitter and shit and on my stream. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that number one, it just needs to be EA figuring out what the fuck happened, number one. And then number two, you know, figuring out if they can actually like see a trail of when it actually started. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah. I know some people were talking about in the first two games about like lag and stuff. And I know specifically for Nocturnal, it definitely affected his contest a little bit. I know there was a time where you guys wanted to like push right in the early beginnings and you started lagging and then you had to drop to like the low ground and like reset.
Yeah, I mean,
would you guys say that lag definitely like affected the game 1 and 2?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I wouldn't be like biased without saying like I want a full restart. Obviously, like everyone's biased. Whoever played in the games is biased. So I mean, honestly, like 1 and 2 was unplayable for me individually. We went to go push them, literally hit the 70 packet loss, and then it's just like, okay, you know, we don't know if it's coming back. We don't know if it's gonna, you know, could persist. So we fucked off, like genuinely. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people experienced the lag 1 and 2, so I feel like the integrity of those games are a little bit interesting. I mean, Drop DC'd. I remember that too.
No,
so.
I didn't DC. That was like people thought I DC'd.
Yeah, I did too.
But no, I don't know, like how, I don't know. I don't think I ever said I fully, I like had the packet loss where it spikes to like 100 and then you're like, your game is just frozen. And that happened to me for like a full probably 3 to 5 seconds, but I didn't fully DC and like die in the game. No, I died to I died to Sentinels. But that whole entire game was lagging. And I was definitely bitching in the fucking cord because,
of course,
you know, everyone was fucking saying that the game was lagging. And, you know, like the admin said, oh, we made the call to like keep the game going. And I was fucking pissed about that because I'm like, it's the beginning of the game. Why don't you just fucking restart it? Like no one's dead, you know?
Not for like 2 circles either. Yeah. Like no one died for a very long time.
Yeah.
You're like
I'm going to be honest. Dead. Like if your first game and you're not restarting after multiple complaints of lag, even if the servers don't say it, like it's genuinely kind of fucking embarrassing to just not restart the game. Like, it really is. Like even as like the one team that's directly affected as an early contesting team, like, what are we doing? Like everyone's lagging. Why are we not restarting it? Like there's just not really holding up to the integrity of what we could have for competitive Apex.
No, I agree.
So-
I feel like there is no reason not to restart when a game one is already off to a fucking shaky start with servers. Makes no sense. I feel like they have like this. I feel like as restarting happens so much, there's like this disdain for restarting. Like they just fucking hate it. Like they just don't want to do it at all costs anymore. Which I feel like doesn't make sense because the broadcast runs like pretty long regardless. And there's a lot of breaks, right? Like I remember I was fucking saying like, why is this taking so long? I go to the main channel and they're talking to JHawk. And I was like, dude, this fucking guy. Like, right?
Ask me about Rampart, bro. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like there's no reason. Like, the broadcast already runs pretty deep due to other content. Just restarting the game takes like not even 5 minutes, bro. It's just to be a quick little go-to, and you're just done, you know? How do you feel about it, Al? With you fucking playing pretty decent, and you guys feeling all right?
I wouldn't mind if they restarted it, because I didn't know anything about, like, the lag shit. Like, we were lagging too, but it wasn't, like, to the point where we were, like, DCing, like, dropped or, you know, fucking Nocturnal. Like, especially if you have lag, like, during off spawns, like, that's really bad. So, considering that, like, they should probably just fully restart, because of that lag shit. I don't know. That's probably the best way to put it or do it. Even if you started well, like even after like 2 games or whatever, if you're like capable, like if you're meant to like do well, then you're gonna do well even if they fully restart it, right? So that's how I kind of see it. So like even if you get like you had a lot of points after the first 2-3 games and they fully restarted, you should be able to do it again. So, but that's just my opinion. Like we had like what 19 points or something like that in 2 games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. We don't. I personally don't really care. I don't think my teammates would care if they restarted or not. But yeah.
No, that's fair. I see you smiling over there. Drop you smiling at your chat, or are you smiling because you
No,
disagree?
I was just smiling. I was thinking that, yeah, no, if that lag didn't happen, we probably would have fucking thirded Nocturnal even harder that first game.
I mean, yeah, you're on it. Like, I mean, realistically, yeah, you would have killed us.
No, yeah, we were actually trying to shoot them, and that's like what fucking pissed me off so much is because we're sitting there just lagging around, like trying to shoot at Nocturnal in them because we were playing for the third party first game.
Yeah.
And then we go backwards to like go to no name to hit UAV and shit, and our timing is just completely thrown off because we're just like, you know, literally lagging around in Frag East for like fucking 3 minutes straight, and then I get fucking killed by RKN. I was just fucking pissed, dude.
Yeah, that was a tough start, bro. Skittles ratted pretty fucking long though, man. Top 4 is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah, Skittle went fucking crazy that day.
Yeah.
do they normally restart games if people complain for lag? Even
Yeah.
if they're like DCs?
Yeah.
Weird.
I would
Even
say
without
so.
a DC, right?
Because you guys complained. I know SSG was complaining on stream. Rambo was complaining.
Bro, the
Like-
whole cord was flying. Everyone was saying that it was fucking lagging. I don't know why they didn't restart, genuinely. Like I was so confused.
He said server stability was completely fine on their end and didn't make any sense. So, I mean, if it looks fine on their end and we're having even more issues, like shouldn't that be even like more of an issue of like what the fuck is going on? Because like,
Yeah.
why does it look fine on their end, but it's absolutely fucking horrible on our end? Like what's the thought process behind that?
Right.
That doesn't make sense. Maybe it's something they couldn't. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. It could just be do something with that guy, just trying to fucking make shit happen. I don't know. It's pretty fucking clear. I have no, like, that's why I'm not even trying to comment on it, because I have no fucking idea exactly what was going on. But that lag is definitely a little bit suspicious when they can't fucking tell what's going on, and then you guys are like, I watched you go through a wall, Knock, like literally walk through a wall. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was definitely really bad. I mean, okay, so I have another question. How? Basically for you, right? You're fucking, what is your thought process, bro, after you just get fucking aimbot? Like, what was like the first thing that you thought of in your head, bro? Like, I'm actually like, because like, dude, I really want to like, I really want to understand this, because this is a crazy fucking thing to think about. I just watched ImperialHal get aimbot in a game and mow down Legacy. Like, that was fucking crazy when you really think of it all. That is just the most ridiculous sentence that you could say. You watched a pro player get cheats in an ALGS match and mow down a team. Like, what was the first thing you thought of, bro? Were you just like, I'm not losing this?
He one clips that on controller. No, it doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter.
Well, like I was thinking about it beforehand. I was talking. I think it was after Gen Burn, like happened to Gen Burn. I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, so I basically said if I get it, I was thinking about just keep going with it. So the reason why I'll explain why. So like my thought process as soon as I got it was I didn't want to back out because I didn't want to force my team to play duo, because it's something that that was not my fault and automatic control. And if I leave the game, they will just continue the game possibly because the problem is out of the lobby, right?
Yeah.
So, and I don't want that to happen because who knows if they gonna like, carry out the game or they're gonna count the game just because even if I left the game, like because they counted the one before that, even with Jen.
Yeah.
Like and he left the game, and I'm like, that's not gonna fucking happen with my team because like I'm not making my team play duo of it with something that it's not our fault. It's out of our control.
100%.
So like fuck that. Yeah. So I said fuck that. I'm gonna have to try to figure out if I can just carry it out and like play without shooting. But clearly I didn't have any choice but to shoot because if I didn't shoot, we were fucking dead. We were fucking dead. So I just carried out and basically wanted to force them to like restart the lobby because I wasn't forcing us to fucking play duo when it wasn't even our fault. So that was just my idea. Like, yeah, that's basically it.
No, it makes sense. Do you think that if you didn't shoot down Legacy, that they would force you to leave the game and not restart it, or do you think that was just that is that like, or do you think that they would have ended the game?
I think they just still would have ended the game. Like Raven, I saw in Discord, he typed like in the Discord that I had aimbot, and they like restarted it pretty quickly. So, and obviously, I don't know if they have like observers in game and they could like access my POV when it was happening to like prove that I was actually aimbotting. But I probably, even if I left the game or let's say maybe like didn't shoot, they would have probably still like stopped it for sure.
Yeah, I was hoping.
I would have hoped.
Yeah, I was hoping they didn't stop it, bro. And you just hopped on the Trident and just went fucking crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I missed out on the content of just like fucking mowing down everybody. I should have done it, but
well, I feel like in that moment you're too scared to do it. But like thinking back how everyone's laughing at it, that would have been if you went on the roof, bro, and just spin botted. That would have been fucking unbelievable.
It would. I just swapped the mouse and key too, just input swap in the middle of the game.
Fucking start spinning, bro. That would have been crazy.
Yeah. Timmy said he wanted to go for like what, the longest Bloodhound ult like the entire game.
Longest Bloodhound.
History of Apex, bro. A 35-minute blood ult would have been fucking crazy. No, I think that makes sense. I feel like I would have had the same. I was telling my chat, like I think I would have had the same reaction as you. I feel like majority of players would have. Like if I'm getting aimbot installed on my PC, like I'm making sure this game ends now, and like my team is not getting fucked over for it. I would have done the same shit. I would have just 100% sprayed nonstop. What did it feel like? Did it feel good? Did it feel good? How?
It kind of felt like it just felt, I don't know, felt weird, honestly. Like I was like shooting and my bullets, it felt weird because I was aiming at someone, but my bullets would be going somewhere else. So it was like awkward. Like I would be aiming at one guy and my bullets would just be going to like their third player that I wasn't even being aiming at. So it was like, it didn't feel as satisfying, I feel like, but yeah, I don't know.
After feeling that power, how bad do you think cheaters are that you kill now? Because that's pretty fucking crazy. You kill.
They're fucking terrible after like doing that. They're just
wild.
fucking terrible. Holy shit. Because majority of them just don't have like any game sense or anything, right? So it's
100%.
like you can just like outplay them in a way, but yeah, those cheats are like actually insane. But they're kind of weird too. Like it doesn't make sense. Like when I was shooting on the bridge, even though I was aiming at the Bangalore, my bullets went towards like his two like teammates underneath the bridge. So I don't know why I did that, but yeah.
There's different levels to the cheats, bro. Those cheats that you got are like the fucking all stops, like fucking. That's the insane shit where people are like literally shooting walls and killing people that you've like seen clips of. That's the cheats you can't fight back against, bro. You're just dying across the map because your shit just like curves, and just goes to anyone on the map.
Bro, that shit was crazy. What are you gonna say, Greek? You had a question, right? Actually,
I have two questions piggybacking off of that. The first is outside of obviously what was happening in the game, did you have like any thoughts of, if he's able to do this, what else is he able to control? Like, were you nervous at all about like your PC or anything on the PC that maybe he was able to like control or anything? Or were you just strictly just worried about just the game being restarted and not even focused on anything else?
You asking me that?
Yeah.
I didn't really care about anything else except like the tournament. Because in my eyes, I know like most people, like if they're in my like shoes, they'd be like freaking out about like shit, like your bank and just private information.
Yeah.
But in my eyes, I feel like if he wanted to fuck with that and if he wanted to get it, he would have done it already.
Probably.
Yeah.
And like I can't stop him. Like I'm practically casual to like his like attack, like a complete noob. So it's like, if he wants to get it, he's gonna get it, and I can only do so much about it. So like, there's no reason for me to like harp on it, especially in the middle of a tournament. Like I don't want to be thinking about that.
Yeah.
I want to focus on the tournament. So, but yeah, that was just my thinking of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. 100%.
The other question I have, because me, Wig, and Noko were talking about this afterwards for like 20 minutes. When you were in that house, right, and you killed 2 people on the door, when you had the vault and when you had the hemlock,
Yeah.
and you were shooting at the ground and stuff to like tell whether you had the aimbot or not. When you got those 2 kills, do you think you had the aimbot on?
I actually argue. Well, I don't know. You can watch it yourself back.
Oh, we did many times.
Oh, many
We
times.
did many times.
We were arguing, brother. Arguing.
Wig and Noko thought you had aimbot for both the kills, and I said I didn't think you had it on at all for both those kills.
Okay, well, it's hard to tell because it's close range, right? So like, I could have had aimbot, but like, okay, so the one I think the caustic one is a lot more debatable than the bang one.
Yeah.
Because the bang one is like kicking my door downs, right? So it's like those are easy shots, but like the caustical or the caustic fight, I don't know. In my eyes, it didn't look like I aimbotted him. Like if you go even put it in slow motion, it looked like I just like one clipped him on my screen.
Just roller. Yeah.
Like he just roller, and he was like he wasn't even like crouching or barely even moving. So I don't know. It's debatable. Like I don't think it actually turned off. Like actually me like shooting the ground and like testing it was kind of brain dead, just because like I don't think those cheats work unless I maybe either ADS or someone is an LOS.
Yeah.
So like me shooting the ground was kind of I think like stupid, but yeah, I don't know. Who knows? It definitely could look like fucking controller aim, like both those fights in my opinion. But
So what you're saying is controller looks like aimbot.
Yeah, I was about to say,
That's what
isn't
I
it
heard.
sad? Isn't it sad you can't tell the difference between aimbot and controller? Isn't that
I was-
fucking-
I was-
isn't
I
that
was-
just
I was-
isn't that
Here
just
we
depressing?
go. Here we
I was
go.
completely joking, but
Yeah,
if
no, you were
no,
not. Shut the. No,
No, I was actually joking.
Bro,
but
no,
if
that's a legit thing though. Like,
yeah.
Dude.
But if
I
you-
felt like those
if-
2 kills were just standard. Like the
if you
guy's just
watch
in
it
the
from-
middle of the doorway doing
No,
nothing.
no, no. If you watch from Jaguar's perspective of the bullets like following him, it looks like blatant aimbot. Like because from
To
his
be fair-
perspective, is crazy.
yeah, I did also one clip him with like not even a full mag. I had like either like 14 or 17 bullets of a Volt,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he still got one clipped. So
From his POV, it looks absolutely insane. But from your POV, it looks normal. Like you just one magnum,
Yeah.
fuck it, call it a day. Like, but his POV is crazy.
Dude, that's the funniest shit. The fact that he just got maybe aimbotted in an ALGS match is unbelievably funny. I know the situation's fucked, but holy fuck, that's hilarious. Okay, so regardless of the situation with the cheating, right? Regional finals, you guys all played at least a little bit beforehand. I think I want to start off maybe with Optic and talk about, obviously been a rough split for you guys, right? A lot of things being said, just people just talking, obviously all that good shit. But I was curious as to where you guys like stand mentally, how you're preparing for like regional finals again, if you're going to go back to same energy or same exact things, or you're going to take this time off now to prepare a little bit differently. But I want to mainly talk about how Optic is dealing with the split, season 20 changes, and like, yeah, what's the overall mental looking like right now, or game plan?
Well, I think the regional final kind of helped us because, like it says something. The week before we got an 8th place, and that was our second best placement of this split. That says something that it's been fucking a horrible split for us.
Yeah.
But I will say like that 8th place, like I would say we played pretty well. Like if we played like that all split, we wouldn't even be in this conversation, right? Of like
Totally.
missing land potentially. So, yeah, I mean, regional finals kind of was like we got off to a pretty good start, and I think it was big for us just because it was like, damn, we actually can fucking pop off. You know what I mean? Like, because we haven't won a single game all split.
Yeah.
And, like that's pretty fucking rough considering the fact that, last split we, there was a game day where we won 3 games out of 6, and then the other 2 got like second. And it's just like, I'll say that the regional finals I think was big for our confidence just because it showed like, okay, we really can have a chance to like win this shit and like make it to land still. But yeah, I'd say like the overall mentality of this split has just been, I think like since I've joined the team, I think this split we've made like the most individual mistakes, like all 3 of us out of, any of the time we've like teamed together before this. Like I've made bad calls, we all 3 of us have like fucked up basically. We've all fucked up, there's no doubt about it. And I just think that our mentality going into the next regional final, which sounds weird to say, but the the replay or whatever is just that we know that we have a chance, like that, even though that shit ended and it fucking blows, like we still played really well and we know we can get off to a good start again and have a chance at still making it to LAN. So that's kind of just our mentality right now.
Where do you think you guys fell short throughout the season? Like where's like you said, if you played that 8th place every time that well, you wouldn't have been in this convo. Where do you think week after week is the one consistent thing where you guys are just falling short?
Well, one of the things that really hurt us a lot was with the new update. I think that we didn't have a good grasp of how we need to be playing on the new update. I was still kind of calling as if it was like the last season, I wasn't like rotating a little bit out of the way to like grab Evo harvesters and stuff like that. And that was like, a shortcoming on just our results because we were consistently losing fights. And like, we thought that maybe it was just our team fighting was shit, but in reality, like we were just getting armor diffed like a lot of the time. And I guess we kind of didn't even really realize it. And then we started, there's been a lot of issues, like honestly, bro, there's been like multiple different things and I can like go into each and every one. But the big picture is that we've just kind of like, we've had comp issues. I'll just like outline everything. We've had comp issues. I think with the caustic meta, Skittle was not used to being like the anchor of the team and like being like kind of in the back line and like watching the back and shit. And so that's why we swapped him eventually off of caustic, is because me and Skittle are better at like me and him making aggressive plays together and like calling shit together. Yeah. And there was definitely like a lapse in the team dynamic there, with him being the anchor rather than being like up in the front line with me. So that's one of the issues.
So question for you, is the difference between the caustic now so Skittle's like, I think is one of the best causticers I've ever watched, for sure. There's that like historical clip of us watching the B stream, fucking him winning with the armor swaps. Like, he's pretty fucking crazy. Do you think the difference of the caustic role is what's hard for him to just adapt to? Like being the anchor instead of being on the front line, throwing the barrels, and the ultis being aggressive? Or do you think it's the scans with Bloodhound that make it tougher? Like, what do you think it is?
I don't think that he necessarily struggled on caustic as a character. It was just the anchor role, right? Yeah. Like Noct has always been our anchor, and like transitioning from basically Skittle being up in the front line with me, like making aggro plays, because Skittle, when like, and this is what I've been like telling him all split, is like when Skittle is being aggressive, that is when like he is the best like player, when he's making aggressive plays. And like that's kind of been like the issue with him on caustic, is like you can't really be like super mega aggressive on caustic. You just can't. Like you're super fucking fat, you get beamed really hard. It's not like another big difference in like Skittle on caustic back in Gibby meta was like he could literally just be jumping into people's bubbles like a fucking maniac and like tap strafing around and like fucking caustic holding. Like that's not a thing anymore. Like in this caustic meta, like you're kind of more of a you can't make super aggressive plays. You're kind of more of the anchor role, and like the caustical is a lot different now with no Gibby bubble too, where it's like you're caustical things a lot of the time to like take space on teams and like cut off like fucking angles that they're trying to push you, et cetera, et cetera.
The visual clutter aspect too. 100%. Yeah, without doubt.
So there's a lot of issues that we've had this split, but like the outline of the issues we've had is comp issues, role issues, confidence issues. There's just been a lot of things, like when us as a team, we're a very momentum based team and we haven't gotten any fucking momentum. We just haven't. Even at champs, bro, like we didn't get good momentum rolling until we like won a game. Like that's been kind of a thing with our team, is like once we win a game, it's almost like the fucking weight is lifted off our shoulders and then we're able to like be the best team we can be, you know?
100%.
Like, because that's what happened in group stage. Like we started off like not the best in group stage, but then we finally won a game and then we ended that group stage in champs at like 4th, like it just took that one game for us to get our momentum going. Like we're just a very momentum based team and we just haven't gotten any fucking momentum, and we've had a bunch of issues along the way. So
that makes sense.
Did you say,
okay.
Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go for it.
I was going to say, would you say moving forward now that you guys have like agreed and settled upon like a comp that you're most comfortable with now? Would you say
Yeah.
that you figured out that issue?
Yeah. I mean, we just put Noct back on the anchor role, which has worked the best for us, and Skittle on Bloodhound, which is kind of the character like in this new meta that you can do the most in fights on, you know, because you have the fucking Bloodhound vision that's basically a fucking digi on any gun you want.
Yeah.
And he's able to like fucking go crazy. I mean, like just in the regional final, he fucking like hard clutched up a fight that got us our big game in game 2. You know, like that's the type of shit that you know has worked well for us. So we're gonna definitely like stick to that. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about, you know, Hal, Nock, how do you guys feel about the Bloodhound meta, right? So Digi threats go out and then Bloodhound comes in. Are you guys, I know Hal was trying it out a little bit, but was fucking feeding face. How do you feel about that, Hal and Nock? Like, what's your guys' idea on just Bloodhound pretty much replacing digital threats?
You can go.
Real quick before I answer, I was gonna add that I think it's kind of funny that so much of the complaints about the meta in like the last year has been the wall hack meta with Seer and then Digi threat, and now it's just Bloodhound still. And I don't know, at some point, like as a viewer, like selfishly, I kind of just want a meta where people don't have the ability to just see through smokes and walls and everything.
Yeah,
know?
totally. I'm with you too, bro. I'm over that shit for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think my biggest gripe has been like the whole bang meta thing, where like only like you're only certain. So like before it was like you had to depend on a fucking item, a gold item, to like be enabled and play the game, right? Like the whole champs thing is like you don't have a digi, then good luck. You're not gonna see shit. You're not gonna shoot your gun. You're just gonna have to die. Like that's how like. You know, in the beginning of champs, like the first game, I think Overlook, that's how Optic kind of just like ran us over.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have a single digi. They had like 4 of them, and we just had no fucking chance.
Yeah.
Because we had to just run away. So it's like ever since the bang meta, I just hate it just because I don't feel like it's just not balanced right now, in my opinion. Because now, before it was like an item issue, and now you have to have certain characters that enable you to play the game. Like if you don't play Bloodhound, then you basically can't see shit, right?
Yeah,
like
totally.
half the fights, my teammates are like, I can't help you, I can't see anything, and I'm just like 1v3ing or like 1v1ing the Bloodhound myself. That's like what every fight is, and it's just kind of just like, I don't know, I dislike it. It's just it feels weird. It doesn't make sense to me, but yeah, I don't know. That's just my biggest thing with it. Is just they need to like just fucking nerf Bangalore to the point where she's not meta anymore. Just stop like all that. That's my opinion.
Do you feel forced running Blood? Like you feel like you have no option at all?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like Bloodhound's probably like the most OP character right now because everyone's playing Bangalore. Like Bloodhound's like the only character that you can consistently be involved in a fight and the most aggressive character right now. So yeah.
And in end games, when you just keep increasing the timer, bro, every time you get a knock, like you actually just become a raid boss.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's actually
Like,
fucking
it
nuts.
also helps. Like it's like perfect character for Bang and Caustic currently. Like it's the best like duo shit. So it's definitely a must pick.
So do you think
Why you're not?
Oh, go for it. Yeah, Nock, what do you think? Go for it.
What were you gonna ask?
No, I was gonna say, do you guys think that Bloodhound Caustic Bang is the best comp right now out? For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Easily.
out?
Yeah.
Even for both maps?
Yeah.
So you
I
think
mean, well, I don't think Caustic's much is necessary for like the comp on Stormpoint. I think you can play like pretty much everything, but I think the more Caustics in the lobby, you want to play Caustic, obviously.
do you think you're forced? Do you think you like play Caustic on Storm Point because everyone else is running it and just like you have to for end game? Yeah.
You kind of
It's
have
fucking
to,
crazy about NA though, man, because we were talking about it the other day. We just feel like Caustic's just not good on Storm Point, but since everyone's running it, you have to have him now.
He's fucking terrible, but you have what, 12, 14, 16, 18. Just got to run it. If you get to end game and you're
it's only 2 options, bro. It's literally you counter Caustic with Caustic, or you just play Watson, but that's like a way more passive playstyle.
Yeah. True.
and like Rampart's great, Watson's great, but Caustic just beats both of them if you use it properly. And yeah, I mean it's kind of boring. Like being the Bang player nowadays, you went from being the entry, the fragger with the digi sights, and now you're fucking running around Headless Chicken hoping you don't die to a beam ring like Bloodhound fully ulted. And also the situation is like if you play aggressive in this current meta and you pop all your ultimates and you win that 3v3, all it takes is another person's Bloodhound to run up and then just mop you over because they don't have their ultimates.
It's
like
so fucked, man. Yeah.
it's like all it takes is just one singular mistake and your game is just over. And it's like it was already that way before competitive Apex, but like now it's just like extra dialed into. Like if you're not winning this fight and you're gonna be able to like reset, ulti excel, get your Bloodhound ult, like that's all you need. It's just your Bloodhound ult. You just throw smokes in your Bloodhound, fucking sick them. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, then you lose.
Yeah, having a
y'all. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, having no blood on ult against, like, with the blood on ult, like, is just a massive disadvantage. For sure. Like,
I have seen teams get ran the fuck over without blood. It's like not even
on top,
the most one-way fucking fight for sure.
Bang smokes are inconsistent as fuck too now. Like people could be sitting on the edge and you can't see them; they see you perfectly. Like Bang right now is just the most inconsistent character and just most like it's somehow the most useless and all the most like also the most perfect character in the game. Like smokes are so fucking inconsistent and dog shit, and also you still need her in the game. Like she's just such a necessary character, and it's like I've been playing this character for 3 years now. Can we move on? Like please.
Well, I was gonna ask you guys is because y'all are two M&K players who are like renowned for playing Bangalore. Like, how do you guys feel about Bangalore at this point in the meta?
Yo, chat.
It's just stale.
Listen,
honestly.
chat. I want to say something really quick. Chat.
She's a great character.
Bro,
she's fun to play.
This podcast is not drama. I actually want to get in the mentals of these players and of these teams. So that's all I care about.
Boston,
so please
whatever
shut the fuck up about yapping. That's the point of the podcast, man.
Not
please.
anymore, bro. My
Thank you. Holy fuck.
Gibby days are over. I got fun on my team.
I do not farm a drama.
I think Bang
I do not
like,
drama
yeah,
farm.
like
I don't care about that shit.
You went from being like the playmaker on the team.
I don't need drama to make money.
Like I was able to like with a digi just open up fights. You know what I mean? Like beam a guy for 150 or fucking whatever. Open up fights, initiate fights. Now you're like almost like a facilitator on the team. Like you're not doing shit yourself. You're like smoking for your Bloodhound. You're fucking smoking your rotates. Like you're basically just trying to like help your teammates make plays, because even with Caustic, right? It's like when you're in a fucking Caustic v Caustic fight and you get Caustic ulted, you can't fucking do anything. Like you can't see through smokes, number one. Number two, you get fucked by Caustic gas in every fight. Like you're literally just like you're the character on the team now that all you can do is throw a good bangle and smoke well for your teammates and like fucking try and open up fucking opportunities for them. Like
you gotta hope that your teammates respond in time enough to even smoke them. Like sometimes you could just die before your smoke even goes off. Like, or if your smoke goes off, they can still see through it. Like the consistency is fucking horrible. If we had the old particles and no digisight, like sure, Bang would be fine. But like it's just not there.
Yeah. It's been pretty fucking wild because I watch all three of your POVs pretty much every time for when I'm watch partying. Majority of the time, it's like you guys. And it's pretty crazy to see the difference in aggression now for this season compared to the last season, right? Like you guys were just saying, the Bang digi threat, you guys were the fraggers, the entry, everything, right? And now it's kind of a lot more on your teammates to make the plays with the smokes that you're providing. And it's definitely really interesting to see which in which gunfights you guys kind of have to step up, and which is really difficult because you're fighting Bloods, right, with ulti when you're in Bang. If your Bloodhound dies early, it's pretty fucking crazy. And definitely for Hal, right, going from the Horizon to like a more passive role, it's been pretty crazy to watch just the difference in team fights and how they pan out, right? Because it's a completely different game now. Even though you're playing the same character, it's just a completely different fucking role switch. I think it really caught a lot of these teams either off guard, for like maybe for some of you guys the worst, maybe some of you the better, but it's been really, really interesting to see which players can step up as the Bloodhound main to like entry frag and which ones just fall short. It's pretty wild, dude. Do you feel like yeah, go for it. Yeah, go.
I was gonna ask, what is all of your opinions on the fact that they dropped like this is one of the biggest updates the game has ever seen, and it happened like mid-season? Because every other game they play on a client with just an old patch and they finish the season or the tournament, and like you guys are used to it, like this happens in Apex, but like this one I feel like changed so much that like everybody had to shift dramatically. It wasn't just like one character entered the meta, it was like the entire pacing of the game was completely different. So how do you guys feel about the fact that they don't like adjust the ALGS schedule to be worked around those updates? Because they could have made it earlier. Like we had a 4-month break or however long it was from champs to the season starting.
Yeah, I can speak on that because I think our group B got fucked the hardest too because we were the fucking group that played back to back right after the update.
Which is
So
crazy. Yeah.
my team fucking dropped a 10th and a 15th. So like, yeah, we got fucked by that fucking meta switch. So I would say, yeah, no, I 100% wish that we fucking had some more time, you know. And obviously, like we don't have a coach, so it's like, you know, we don't have someone that's kind of like cooking shit in the background and stuff. Like it's basically all on just our, you know, the players. It definitely hurt us a lot. I will say that would have been nice to have like more time and also just a different schedule.
That's probably rough. What do you think about Hal? Knock?
I don't know. I personally, like, I was always just complaining about how Apex needed to make a big update, like make just like a huge difference maker.
Yeah.
Because majority of the seasons I felt like were always very bare minimum when it came to change.
That's for fucking
So
sure. Yeah.
so like the perk thing, I just love the perk thing. But I love the perk thing, but at the same time, it didn't change the game that much. It didn't really enable the shitty characters to be like playable and stuff like that. Like all the characters that were good were still good.
Yeah.
Are still good for the most part. So I do agree though with like the whole like with Drop's perspective too. Like, you know, it's not the best timing with Pro League, but at the same time, it's like it's kind of been the same thing for a while when it came to Apex. You know, I don't remember last time if we even ever had a big ass update like this in the middle of a competitive schedule.
Yeah.
So maybe it was like I feel like it was kind of time to do something like this, but at the same time, it's like, is it worth it to do it in the middle of a competitive schedule? I don't know. It's debatable.
Yeah. Now, when you're saying like the shitty characters are still shitty, do you think that those characters are genuinely actually shit, or do you think you're just forced to play a meta right now because of the Bloodhound Caustic and bang? Like, do you think that Lifeline, do you think that Aurora running Lifeline is like fucking troll, like actually stupid, or do you think that's just not only plausible in EMEA because not everyone's running Caustic Bang Blood? You can be honest too. Like, I mean, it's up to you what you say. We don't really care if you say it's shit or not.
Oh no,
yeah.
no, I know. I was just like thinking, like I don't know.
You know, if you're trying to be like nice, you know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you want. It's all good.
No, like
I'll say this on the Lifeline. I don't think that Aurora pops off because they have Lifeline. I still think they would destroy EMEA without it. So, like, I think it enables what they want to do because they can get the wingman, but it's not like the Lifeline is the key to their success.
Okay.
know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I agree. They've always been like a 3v3, just like fucking ape your shit and kill you, like in that region. So it's like, and then for them to like be like, yeah, Lifeline's really good. It's like, I don't know. I don't see it. You know, I know Impulse and them have always like they've been making fun of us, saying like, you know, shit that they've heard of what I've said and like others about how Lifeline is troll and you know EMEA is weak and you're losing the Lifeline. So like, I don't think it's gonna work in a good region, especially like. Especially, like, just consider the fact that if you do play that comp and you're pushing a Caustic team, good luck. Like, you're not going to kill me. You're just not going to fucking kill me. I don't know, especially, don't they play that shit on World's Edge, too?
Yeah, they play on everything.
Yeah, like, on World's Edge. Like, maybe on Stormpoint, it's more, like, not troll, but, like, on World's Edge, it's fucking hella troll.
Yeah.
It is hella troll. Like, World's Edge, like, Caustic is so much better. And for you to like not play that character, and you know just like trying to push a Caustic, it's just like impossible without one. So I definitely don't think it's gonna happen like on land to do as well.
Yeah.
Because I think Caustic is just an infinitely better character, and plus like they don't even play Beacon, they don't have second zone. So I just think it's troll. It's even though they've nerfed zone, I just think that playing like not having a Beacon is troll.
I agree.
Because you have a one-dimensional gameplay and it's really like risky, like high risk, high reward. And they've always been played like that. So
Yeah,
I don't see anything changing.
That's what I was gonna say. Like they've always played like that, and I think that for their play style, that is the best comp they could play because I think that this meta is like a very snowball type of meta where it's like. Because I've even been doing it in fucking ranked, you know? Like, you play with a Lifeline, if you get a crate, like, if you go for a crate and you get a fucking Evo cache, or, you know, we call them bricks, if you get a brick and upgrade to Lifeline's armor, you're popping another crate down. And that's 2 crate guns, fucking off rip. You know, then you're potentially getting another brick off of the Lifeline's crate, and that's another purple right there instantly.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for them being triple MK, I don't think that's a bad play at all, especially since, you know, you're fighting against controller players and you're going to have armor advantage on them while also having crate guns. I think it's a good play for the way that they play.
I agree. I think it's pretty fucking crazy sometimes they're running just Kraber wingman, bro, for a fight. Doesn't really matter what you bring to the table aim assist wise. If they just hit a couple shots, like your game's fucked, you know? It's pretty crazy.
Matafe does the same thing, but out of pylon he gets to get an extra pack too because he's hitting the thing on the bottom to get everybody's ults back too.
I will
But
say
they basically just crate chase.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'll say that definitely. I think out of both teams that are going to convince me more that Lifeline is good, it's definitely not Navi. Navi is definitely way more inconsistent when it comes to having the Lifeline. I think Aurora's a way more understanding of what she brings and how to like play it. Because I think if you are going to run Lifeline, bro, you have to be aggressive. But I'm curious how that aggression would actually pan out versus like a double NA roller team, right? Like no offense to EMEA, they got some good squads, but they don't got shooters like NA does. So I would be very curious to see how that works in international scrims for them if they keep it up. Now, Hal, here's my question, right? You're a fucking Wraith main. What's your thoughts on like the DSG comp? How do you feel about that?
Well, I subbed in for them like once. We were playing Wraith Fuse Caustic, but I only got to play like 3 or 4 games, so it wasn't like that much to play, like try it out. I haven't really given her like a fair like try. I just think I don't know. Maybe like Valk is just like if you want to play Wraith, you might as well be playing Valk.
Yeah.
In perspective, just because her old Valk ult is just like way better than like Wraith's like Portal right now. But another thing is like the biggest issue with Wraith when she first like came out, in my opinion, was that like her good perks were on purple, like her getting like shorter animation and like better cooldown on Portal.
100%.
Which is like the biggest issue because she's usually, in my opinion, like really good on like in zone.
Yeah.
Like portaling and like third partying people, but you're gonna be stuck on blue majority of the time, right? Like you're not gonna get perp and shit like that. Sitting in zone. So then like her perks is not as good, obviously, until you get the purple.
Yeah.
So they swapped to like Caustic Bloodhound, which is obviously way better than Fuse, which they should have done before. And I thought like playing Fuse is troll shit.
So troll. I agree fully. I think that shit was awful. I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think Wraith Bloodhound Caustic is bad because like kind of the same thing with Aurora. Like it fits DSG because Design can play like an idiot if he wanted to, and same with Timmy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it's not. I don't think it's the most optimal comp. I still think like Bangalore, in my opinion, on World's Edge, Bangalore Caustic Bloodhound is still the best on World's Edge.
Okay.
For sure.
That's valid.
Said it right.
So let's say final question for you on this situation. Like if you didn't have to play Bangalore and you had to play Bloodhound, what would be the comp that you would run outside those two characters? Like let's say those characters did not have to be picked. They're just taken out of the game. What would be the comp right now for Season 20 that you're going into regional finals with?
Not playing Bang Blood?
Yeah, not Bang Blood don't even exist in the game. So immediately, what's the next comp?
Well, Caustic, obviously, for sure.
Do you see how you have options? That's what I'm fucking talking about, bro. Like it pisses me off if we could take those two characters out and then we have to like.
People will just play Seer. I bet people will just play Seer again.
That's fair. Who do you think will be the third, Valk?
My
chat's spamming crypto. I feel like that's just not true.
No.
I feel like that's not fucking true at all.
I definitely see Seer Caustic, and then like the third, who the fuck knows really? Like you could play like Maggie or fucking Maggie Valk. Probably Maggie.
What about Wraith in that situation? No? Even with Wraith, Seer, Caustic?
No, I don't think so. I think Maggie would be better.
Okay, that's
Dropped. What about Gibby? Because you guys tried the Gibby, and then you said that y'all weren't going to do it because it sucked playing without the Bloodhound.
Yeah.
Do you think if Bloodhound or like Bang weren't in the meta, that the Gibby works?
Honestly, I think the issue with Gibby is, what's the question? If Bloodhound and
if Blood and Bang were like just not in the game tomorrow, what would you run?
What would I run if Blood Bang were not in the game? Probably fucking Valkyrie or Caustic. Oh, Blood and Bang, Valkyrie or Caustic would probably be what I would run.
It's pretty diabolical. I think from a viewer perspective, I'd rather watch that, to be honest. I'm being completely real. What about you, Knock? What would you guys run? Bang Blood. Mirage?
Blood. I mean, Mirage is like...
Dude,
he's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah,
to
dude.
be
Could
fair.
work in Seer
Yeah.
meta.
Yeah. I mean, Mirage could be anti-Seer, but like Horizon, Seer, Caustic.
Yeah,
that seems like the cringe comp of the season, honestly.
Still rather watch that.
You could do, I mean, sure, you could do the old Aurora comp. You could do Wraith, Maggie, Caustic. Like,
True.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't. It seems like whatever tailors to your playstyle. So I think like it'd probably be Wraith, Maggie, Caustic, and then Horizon, Seer, Caustic. You could do like, I mean, fuck, you could do the ranked as harder comp. You could do the Horizon, Gibby, Caustic, which that comp was pretty insane in its day, and it
Pretty
still could
fucking
work
nuts.
to now.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Beacon Scan, you have
Fair.
support bins, you have Skirmisher, like decent
think-
Evo. I mean, seems like a decent comp to me.
I think Wraith, Mad Maggie, Caustic right now is pretty fucking decent with how many people just play those goddamn RVs, bro. Like, those RVs just become free low.
The
One
one
portal
problem
in,
with like Wraith's perks are just so dog shit.
they're so
Like,
ass. Yeah,
they're just
they
so
are.
dog shit.
Yeah.
Some
Same with
characters
Horizon.
some characters just get like just gapped hard by their perks, and
Fair.
Wraith is just one of those things where it's just like Wraith is just fucking horrible.
Yeah.
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 That's fair. So not to like completely change topics here, but for you, Knock, obviously that just drifted off, but I did want to talk about Xset, and obviously you guys the split, right? As you know, I'm the #1 Xset fan, and it's been a little bit hard for me, right? But
Yes, of
I am curious as to like what your mindset is, and I don't want to make this like a shit on Ape Gang thing, whatever. I believe we can leave them out of the conversation.
No, it's
right,
fine.
But just what is your mindset right now with Xset? How are you guys feeling picking up Koiful? You know, it's been a little bit of a learning experience, I would say, for you probably, if I had to guess. So like, where's your mind at? How did you feel in regional finals? Anything different going into the next one, which is a crazy fucking sentence? Like, what's the overall vibes?
I mean, I just hope we get like a new finals, like, or I mean, not even like a new finals. I hope we just get to be able to play. Like, there's just a world where we lose finals, or they send out like the top 12 right now, because like there is just a world where that happens. Like, it would obviously fucking suck, but I mean, right now we just have to go into finals and wants to play and to go to LAN like that. We had that issue where we showed up to finals and it's just like, okay, well, we got more dog shit put on top of us, and on top of already like the external and internal issues of like our team. You know, we have personal lives, obviously. So shit would happen. You know, past couple months haven't been the best for us individually. So obviously, if you don't have a good external life, your internal life isn't going to be, you know, your work life's not going to be the best either. Recently, I've been dealt so. When like originally the season came through and we were learning the new season, I wasn't prepared at all. Like, genuinely, we had no comps like built up. We had no idea what the fuck we're doing. We were gonna go into scrim block and we were just gonna, you know, feel it out.
Just
but
test
like
everything.
and test it out. And then immediately DZ's like, oh, we're gonna land trials. And me being the person who I am, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna sit there and fucking con DZ, who's secured their land spot, are 3 individually great players and great team, and like conning that would be fucking stupid.
Of course.
So
You really just don't have any leverage.
Yeah,
to
like,
even
obviously.
do that.
And like realistically, like, do I even be me 2 months ago, E6 is still in contention for land, they didn't get knocked out. So if I want to stay in that fucking POI, I have to fight DZ and then E6 and then LCDF, which all 2 of them were
Right there on the border of making it.
well, they were doing really well, weren't they? Like, LCDF
They
and
were crazy.
E6 were looking astonishing. Like, they were looking really good. So, you know, why the fuck would I do that?
No, it makes no sense. Yeah.
So, you know, we went from I did nothing to prepare for the new season. You know, I play tested it. We got to, you know, see the beforehands, but like still didn't prep anything for it. You know, went into scrims went to shit. You know, Koi's like one of the persons that doesn't like losing, genuinely.
Yeah.
He's like, anyone can tell it. If we lose, you know, Koi's the first to be like, man, we could have played that better. And that's fair. That's completely fair. And I think it gave him a little bit of a hero complex. It gave me a bit of a hero complex. Gave Fun, you know, he's fucking Spider-Man trying to, you know, hold the 2 knuckle draggers fucking together. And right now I dealt with a lot of anxiety, and fucking honestly, that's like the biggest thing that helped like hurt me was that I was, you know, this top tier team was, you know, we are not a top tier team currently. We are playing like fucking dog shit. It's painfully obvious we're playing like dog shit, and everyone's telling us we're playing like dog shit. We know. And So now we're here, and it's like, I finally went out of my way. I finally, I'm not this poor kid. I can go to doctor's visit, first doctor's visit in 15 years. Tackling my anxiety. We're good. We're on shit. I'm on medication to deal with it, and
good shit, bro. Proud of you.
So it's like, yeah. Realistically, right now, it's like, now we just need to bounce back and pick the pieces up. And if we don't pick the pieces up, then we go forward. That's really like all the options we can do.
Yeah.
Just go forward, fucking. And if you can't go forward, then we'll learn from it. Like, that's just honestly it. If we don't make LAN, we don't make LAN. If we lose the contest to Ape Gang, we lose the contest to Ape Gang. It's like, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, people are gonna enjoy the content. People are gonna have their opinions. People are gonna the world's gonna go on. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's just the end of the day. Like, if Ape wins, hats off to them. They won. If we win, I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna move on my day. That's how we feel. I'm just trying to play my game with whatever. Like, I feel like the 4 games that we played, we just got fucking robbed. Like, genuinely. First 2 games, lag. Next 2 games, Hal's fucking plugging in the extra controller, the USB drive. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Got
but, like,
the strike pack in, bro. From
yeah.
the local GameStop.
Yeah.
Wow, baby.
Yeah. But, like, realistically, for us, it's just like, I just hope we can play the fucking game. Like, I don't, like, if we survive the con, I hope we can play the game after. If we can't, then I'm gonna learn and improve. If I can't learn and improve, then fuck it, just go forward. Like you say, Wig, always forward, doesn't matter.
Always forward, baby.
Genuinely.
That's the vibe every time. Now,
Yeah.
when you say bounce back, what does that consist of for you guys? Because like I obviously have an outsider perspective of what the hell like is going on with you guys and where I view, right? And then I say something to my chat, and Hotzick's in there like, you're dumb as fuck, low key, like being way nicer about it. He's like, you're an idiot, right? So like, what do you bounce back? What do you think the problems were other than being unprepared for season 20? What does your bounce back mean? Like, what are the pieces of the puzzle that you're putting together now to be better? Because I feel like for a little bit, Koiful was definitely not on a leash. That boy he was getting in the mix and dying for it a lot of the times. And I think me and Greek discussed that, where I feel like he's like very off the leash, and now I feel like you're a little bit more vocal and more comfortable, because like I think you do have a soft spot for him because he's like a kid, you know what I'm saying? So it's like harder for you to reel him in, but I feel like lately it's been a little bit different. So like, what does your bounce back consist of?
I think it's fucking hilarious because like I remember reading a comment on Reddit. I know like reading Reddit's just like, bro, why the fuck are you doing that? Like,
dude, don't do that shit, bro.
It's just funny to me. Like, well, like, okay, so first and foremost, like, now that I'm on this medication, like, dude, you can talk shit to me. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Like, I can sit there and say whatever the fuck you want about me. I'm just laughing at it. Like, I'm laughing. But like some kid on Reddit, and I see like 200 upvotes, and this man says Nocturnal's dropping his nice arc, but he can't yell at his kid to do better in gaming. And I'm just like, bro, how the fuck am I gonna yell at a 17-year-old? Like, he's a fucking young kid. He's fucking emotional, you know. He's obviously a crazy fragger, but I'm not gonna sit there and fucking yell at a 17-year-old. Like, I mean, obviously, it's just like I need to get over the chip on my shoulder. Like, I have this big chip on my shoulder where it's like I want my players to be individually sound, and I don't have to like rely on like, you know, microing them, macroing them. Like, there's some point, like, I don't want to have to do that. Like, I don't think that's like, I don't think that's like sustainable. Like, you could do it to a certain regard. Like, you can micro your players, you can fix their issues and stuff like that. But at some point, like, you want your players to be, you know, self-sustainable.
Totally.
And I feel like you can't play your game if you're just in there microing your players, like, genuinely.
Yeah, if you're nervous all the time, 100%. That's fair.
So like realistically, like if I have to fucking, you know, pick up some slack and, you know, cover some backs and not be the be more like on hands, then fuck it, I'll do that. Like, that's what I need to do. Yeah, realistically.
So obviously you lose your POI, which fucking sucked over at Sky West.
Well, man, like realistically, like I fucking hated the POI. Like,
you hated Sky
West
Trials.
Really?
You were planning on leaving already, right?
If Sykes didn't leave, like realistically, I wanted to leave. But honestly, like I do think the anxiety of like Edge is just like sometimes there's just tournaments where like I've played against Tech, I've played against any other team that fills in like the Northwest side, any team that goes Sky East. Like there's this like random X factor that you have to keep your head on a swivel when you land Sky West. Like, and it's just got old. Like having that constant anxiety of like some random team just like licking their lips to get your fucking loot. Like it just gets old, like genuinely. And And I was thinking like towards the future with when we had Sykes on the roster, and I was like, man, like I don't want to contest Winnie again. Like I'm just kind of fucking over that. So I was ready to move from POI. Then obviously Sykes left, and then I have to figure out finding a player, and then, you know, after that it is what it is. You know, kind of figure out what the fuck to do.
It hasn't been a fucking easy split for you guys by any means.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
mostly it's just like external stuff, and then when the external stuff and you're not really having a good time in your own life, then how the fuck can you have a good time at work, or even like be that 100% of a person that you want to be in game? You're the role model you want to be, the fucking leader, the role model for sure, like whatever.
That's
The
that
leader,
femboy
like
role model. Yes, sir.
I mean, just dude, life just sucks for the past 6 months. Like that's just it. Like I'll fucking say it, bro. The energy in the air, the fucking something's out to get me. Like fuck it, bro.
Yeah,
Rail
but we're
me and
pushing
get it,
through, baby.
Just fucking get it over with. Like
Yes,
put it
sir.
in and fucking get it over with. Like I'm done. Like I'm so
Good.
tired of getting fucked in the ass every single day. Like just can we move on? Can I play my fucking game now?
Which obviously is why that temper tantrum started. Like, because you're
Yeah, I
fucking,
mean,
you
like,
feel like
bro.
you're just frustrated. You haven't been able to play the
Bro,
game. You feel like,
I'll be fucking first to say it. Like, dude, it was a temper tantrum. I was childish. I said some fucked up shit. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna backtrack. I'm not gonna say sorry to someone who instigated me first. Like, that's just the honest truth. Like, if you want your fucking drama, here it is. Like, you riled me up. I took it an extra level. I'm an asshole. Here it is. I'm the fucking asshole.
It's valid. Okay. That's
Hey, what
fair.
about us though?
Well,
I will-
How you feel about your
I will
opposition
say-
over here? How you feel about
I will
opposition?
say, if you fucking third party us, I will fucking ruin your chances to make land.
Welcome to the dark side.
I do not give a
Yes,
fuck.
sir!
I don't care.
You're preaching to the choir,
I
buddy.
don't care.
You wouldn't just ruin our chances. You'd ruin your own.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
2 for 1 special. Good. I mean, fuck, man. I mean, so drop. Like, you guys are landing Fragment East.
I mean,
like,
I don't know why I'm constantly catching strays. I'm just fucking landing frag east, bro. We're trying to not be contested. I got Nocturnal over here messaging me like, why the fuck are you guys fucking intentionally shooting us? I'm like, bro, we're not intentionally shooting you.
You literally
And he's like,
no. You said earlier. You said earlier that you were focusing us in game. You can dial the fucking VOD back. You can dial the fucking VOD back and fucking say that you shot us.
I know what happened because you told me that we shot you.
For sure.
Of course, they're also above. You're above them in relay boards. Of course,
but
they shoot you.
But that doesn't matter though. The thing is we're focused on winning. You think that we're focused on griefing you guys? We gotta fucking win, bro. You think we can? That can be a thought in our head to grief Xset? Like, no, we don't give a fuck about griefing anyone. We just want to win.
yeah.
Like I
It's
said,
not like we can make it off of points and like grief you guys and like, oh, if we grief you, then we make it. I would understand that. We have to fucking win, bro.
Like I
Why
said,
the fuck would we care about you?
it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Do you
That's just really it.
drop? Did you choose Fragment East just because it's uncontested? Right. Yeah. No other option. Pretty much.
No,
yeah.
literally. We just don't. I mean, our other option was to contest staging, which is just a dog shit fucking contest. Like that contest blows.
Agreed.
Like, you know, like, and then, you know, we're in the position now where it's like, if we try and contest a better POI, all these teams that are already guaranteed for land, what are they going to do? They're just going to grief us and just, you know, make sure we don't make land. Like, you don't have many options when you're like in our position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because these teams are playing this regional final basically for fun. They're already guaranteed for land. Like, they can literally do whatever the fuck they want. We can't go contest fucking, you know, Moist at Stacks, because then what would Moist do? They'd fucking guarantee us for not making land. They'd literally, you know, do like what we were doing to LG last split, just chasing them around the map and shit. Like, we don't have many options, you know. And like when we saw Ape Gang was contesting Nocturnal in them, we were like, okay, like we'll, you know, maybe third that shit. It wasn't like a, yo, let's fucking focus on what Nocturnal's skin is and let's try and like shoot at them only. Like, it wasn't like that. That's why I'm just like, I was like, bro, what the fuck? Just because Dan Mantic typed in the chat #Greenwall, then Nocturnal just set his sights on me as if I fucking like started all this shit.
Greenwall is
Like I said,
Illusion.
I don't give a fuck. Like you can do what you gotta do. I'll do what I gotta do. That's the end of the day. Like people could say I'm crying, mad because bad. Like I'm just here. I just simply don't care. That's just it.
I respect it, bro. I mean, I think at the end of the day, obviously, you guys are both in like a pretty fucking sticky situation. You both rather would not be at, Fragment East or Prime. I mean, would you guys choose Monument, Knock, even if you're going to relocate? Was that one of the main ones, or is that you just go there just because?
I mean, honestly, like, fucking World's Edge POIs are just dog shit. Like, there's just like,
That's fair.
there is just no like good World's Edge POIs other than like the S tier ones. Like, there's like maybe three good POIs, and after that, it's like, what the fuck is like the rest of it,
Yeah.
But Monument's like, it's okay at best. It's okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Fair.
going into, obviously, you guys, we talked about Optic and Xset. Now, TSM, you guys are obviously good right now, right? Looking okay, but how are you guys feeling? Because, Greek, you look like you have a question that you want to ask Hal.
Yeah, I was going to say just moving forward, obviously we got the Optic perspective, we got the Xset perspective, and we want to get the TSM perspective. You guys are in a good spot. I'm sure you're not happy with the place that you're in, and I think everybody here, it's safe to say, is used to you doing a lot better. So I was just going to see if you could highlight maybe some of the obstacles that you guys have had this season, whether it's personal in terms of just like you or like just team. Well, like obstacles you guys faced.
So I guess the first thing is like to talk about Valk, the Valk pick, and having her on both maps. I was definitely like baited. I feel like personally playing Valk on both maps just because of scrims. You know how usually scrims are. There's always open spots and shit like that. So like there's so many games where we just Valko and just get like God spot or like just we get a good spot and we would never get shot. We would never get hit. Like we wouldn't even get cracked out of there. And I was like, wow, this Valk is fucking OP. Right? And then LGS comes along, everyone's alive, and I'm getting fucking beamed out of the air and caustic ulted fucking 5 times and going to hell. So it's like, the Valk pick was definitely not the best. I think Raven wanted to choose more comfort picks just for whatever reason. I think it was more so because like we didn't really we had like 2 issues kind of. It was like nobody really played caustic. Well, the issue was more so that Jordan could play caustic, but we didn't really have a bang player on our team. It was more so Jordan. Like Jordan could play bang, but he could also play caustic. But me and Evan couldn't play caustic or bang at the time. So instead of kind of learning either character, we decided to just stick to Valk because that's we thought it was working in scrims, blah blah blah. But obviously it's not good trying to slam with Valkyl when there's fucking 15 caustics in the lobby.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Very risky.
And risky for sure. So that was like main obstacle. And then like I feel like our team has had like kind of complacency or more like I guess passion issues. Like we don't like play as much as we used to outside of like scrims and stuff like that.
Would you say together or individually when you say that?
Honestly, like I wouldn't mind even I would never like force my teammates to play with me like every fucking day. Like I don't want to play with them every fucking day for like hours on end.
Yeah.
Right? Like we already have scrims, and then asking me to play play ranked even after scrims is kind of like, I have other people to play with. Like I have friends, like let's take a break. It's fine. I don't care. But
Totally.
I think it's more so just doing it out of their own will. More so like you want to do it individually, and it wasn't like a thing. And we had that talk like. There was a point where I was like pred and my teammates were platinum. So it's like, like I know, there's like cases where, like Zeros in Nasky and other IGLs and shit like that, they've like done that where they don't play ranked at all and they do other things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't give a fuck what they do. Like we win for a reason and they lose for a reason. So like, why are you following them? So
Every team's different.
Yeah.
And that was just, that was one thing, but it was just like more so that and then fucking like that Valk pick kind of like set us back for trying to fit in the comfort pick when we should have just stuck to something that's actually meta and learn and make mistakes instead of like trying to avoid it. So yeah.
Do you think
I've-
no, go for it. No, you go. You're good.
I was gonna
And
say
then-
last question from. Oh, you're good. You're good.
I was gonna say too, like fucking text brain damage ass, like also just griefs a lot of our practice too, so that didn't help either. But,
Yeah. 100%. That's fair.
My question was gonna be, Whose pick was that Rampart? Whose idea was that one?
That was Raven.
That was a crazy pick. Did you agree
Yeah.
with it at all?
Fuck no. That's why I started playing Ballistic.
Fair. What did you say? Ballistic?
Yeah, that's why we were playing
yeah,
Ballistic for
yeah.
2 games.
I remember that.
That game you guys were in the trench and you were trying to put the Rampart walls down. You were like, this character is dog shit.
Well, there was a moment where I was behind the Rampart walls and there was no indicator and I still got hit by a Bengal. Like, and I'm just like, yeah, cool, really good character, man. You know, for sure.
Yeah, as someone who's played Rampart, there's instances where Bengal just goes through walls and you're just like, what the fuck just happened? Honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys were good
Really
on,
nice.
on Rampart. No,
What?
I feel like you guys were good on Rampart. To be honest.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
they
it's
were
'cause-
for sure.
Yeah.
it's because nobody was playing Bloodhound.
True. Fair.
The thing Rampart can't deal with ever is that fucking you can't deal with wall hacks. Like you literally you give them a free leeway to just murder your ass. Like the character is great, but like can't deal with Caustic, can't deal with Bloodhound.
Yeah.
Go next.
No, that's fair. Now, for you guys at TSM, basically, wait, Greg, do you have another question? Because I can't figure out how to word this.
I was gonna see if JHawk had any questions.
Yeah, JHawk's been quiet, bro. What JHawk, you been working, bro? You didn't think anything, huh? I'm sorry, I asked you like last minute.
About
It's my fault.
TSM, not really.
No?
I mean, they need to get like 15th in regionals. That's doable. So
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
You just curse them.
yeah, yeah.
they
Imagine.
missed out. I'm gonna get like 250,000 views on this video. It's gonna go crazy.
Bro's gonna be just like fucking.
The money's coming in.
The
Dog. I'll
money
buy you a
coming-
camera.
Are you praying?
Damn.
Are you praying on downfalls right now?
No, no.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Dude,
Think
no,
about that
because
monetization.
I always want the best teams to be going to LAN.
Yeah.
Because it's way more.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, how do you guys feel like? So, here's like one thing is, I feel like for you guys, obviously all eyes are on you. Majority of the time, you obviously have like the most viewers during LGS, etc. Do you feel like any? I don't know. So I see you like tweeted. You tweeted the other day that maybe it is me. Was that about Apex? Was that tweet about Apex
Yeah,
Legends?
well, Yeah, well, so another thing, like I didn't also like mention when it came to the team, I felt like everyone's gonna call me a Horizon crutch, but I think it's probably multiple things. It's where I feel like another thing is too with Koifel or like any like Horizon player, like getting off of Horizon and having way less control over the fight, because Horizon in the meta was a lot more OP than what Bloodhound is right now.
Okay.
So when I personally felt like leaving Horizon and going to Bloodhound, I felt like I wasn't doing as much in a fight, like a 3v3. And that and it kind of in my head, I felt like I wasn't mechanically up to par to everybody else at the time. So like that's just how I felt. I feel like in the meta right now, if your Bloodhound isn't fucking just carrying, then your team is completely fucked.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because your Bloodhound is like, majority of the time, the one that's carrying the fight, that can see majority of the time, doing the most damage, etc. So, and I feel like if I wasn't doing that, we weren't like, we couldn't even win, we couldn't win fights. There was a point where we were doing so bad, we couldn't even win 3v3s. Like, we were getting 2v3'd and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I just started thinking like maybe it's just my fault because I'm not playing that well in Bloodhound, and I was dying. And, like there was times where I was dying for free and stuff like that because, I'm blue on blue armor or whatever it might be, right? That the case is, but
Yeah.
so that was like my whole thought process. Like, it comes to the point where there's been multiple occasions where we do so bad that I start to blame myself that I should be doing I should be doing even more too.
Yeah.
Like in fights, I have this like mentality of that I should be capable of 1v3ing, like if I have to. Like I know that's just like crazy out there like type of mentality, and like it's not likely and it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But that's what I want to do, and that's what I strive for. So, and I feel like if I'm incapable of doing that, then I need to get better. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Do you feel like so you getting put on Bloodhound and then not being able to do like what you felt like you needed to do going from the Horizon meta to now? Do you feel like that is ever amplified? I know you're pretty ice cold when it comes to the mental, and you're pretty damn good at like stabilizing yourself mentally. Do you ever feel like that pressure is obviously increased due to your success and like the eyes on
Hello?
you?
Your mic is.
Oh, my bad. Do you ever feel like the pressure is increased due to like the eyes on you and how, well known your team is for being pretty much like the most consistent team in the world? Do you feel like when you are trying a new legend and it's not going good, do you feel like you want to go back to maybe the Horizon just because the pressure from, you know, outside eyes, or is that just not even a factor when you guys think of this stuff?
It's not more so like I don't want to go back to Horizon. It's more so like I would want someone else to try it. Like that's why I wanted to like let Evan try it and see, because I think Evan's mechanically way better than I am when it comes to controller.
Okay.
But like obviously I'm possibly better than like in any other areas. But like you know, Bloodhound's more of a fragger role, but at the same time it's like I don't have control over the game as an IGL playing fucking Valk. Like I'm completely useless. Like I get to call where we fucking fly and land, but outside of that, I don't get to like scan where I want, you know, fight when I want, you know, and you know, it's way less control from going to Valk instead of Blood. So it's like I did not want to do that. Even though Evan might be better in Bloodhound, like mechanically as a player, but like the whole pressure thing, it's like I don't know. The last time I felt pressure was when we were on our like 5-win tourney streak.
Okay.
In the very beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Like that was where like pressure was like killing me because of I said it before on stream, you know, when we got second after Liquid, it was just a kind of relief. Like I was actually glad that we lost. Like I was tired of people I was tired of expecting for us to, you know, keep winning, and as soon as we lost, I was like, finally, holy shit, you know, I could be a human being now. So
yeah, he could be normal again.
One of the craziest Liquid wins of all time.
I won with Casper, bro. I don't.
That is the craziest feat.
I don't know how the fuck I did. I'm not gonna lie. I joked about this with like. I joked this with Hod and like fun, and I know this is like a word that I don't want to use lightly, but I genuinely think that I have like some in-game level of PTSD from playing with Casper.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like genuinely, and like I noticed that from like being on this medication, and then from before, like it is quite literally night and day from like how fucking scarred playing with that fucking person made me.
Yeah.
That person, dude.
I
still can't believe I won with tournament that motherfucker.
I would argue that
It's a defining moment.
Yeah. I would argue you winning a tournament with Casper is actually more impressive than Zero winning with JMW, if I'm being honest. Because Casper was actually awful. He was terrible. Like, with all due respect, actually, I don't probably want to say all due respect to the guy because I don't really respect him, but like, my God, what a fucking feat, dude. That was.
I don't think it's like a comparison, genuinely. I think I'm just lucky to literally survive Casper. And for like people that like, people that don't understand Casper, just know that he's like quite literally, you know, like
not even knowing.
just like you can YouTube it. You can probably find it on Twitter. It is just like you're better off not knowing who the person is. You're better off just understand that the shit that I survived playing competitive was just the most insane shit. Like it's literally a fever dream that my first professional team ever, like I guess like quote unquote professional because I was signed, was with just like some of the most vile people. And this isn't like a fucking temper tantrum that I did on Dan Mantic. Like genuinely, Casper is human
this
garbage.
guy sucks. This guy sucks.
Like genuinely,
no, he sucks
garbage.
ass. He is fucking awful. No, he's a I mean, if you don't know who that is, you're probably better off literally not knowing. It's a pretty crazy thing. But I
also wanted to add on to like for how like the switch off from Horizon, bro. Horizon, like it is like night and day. It is literally night and day. Fucking insane. Like if you're moving off a controller player from Horizon, like you're like being on Horizon as a controller player is like actually being able to play the game. Like to be free, you're allowed to move, you're allowed to fly through the air, you're allowed to maneuver. Like it is. I couldn't imagine like being Koiful or being fucking Hal, for example, coming off Horizon and dude, just like that shit is horrible. Like I get off Bangalore and I feel like a fucking noob. I feel like a noob on Bangalore. Like like this meta's insane, especially getting off Horizon as a controller player is fucking crazy, you know?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I feel bring it back to TSM real quick.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
I have questions. Why do you guys you guys are just kind of average on World's Edge, like the last two splits, this one and then the split 2 of last year. LAN, I think you're a little bit better, but still like you're way better on Stormpoint. What is it about World's Edge that like you guys are worse at? Is it Siphon isn't as good as it used to be? Is it just the way the map's designed?
Well, there's a hot take, but we believe that like Siphon was like just it's not dog shit, but like not as good as everyone thinks. Like ever since they kind of So the issue with Siphon is like ever since they nerfed the beacon spawn rate, like from 90%, like that, from like that whole, playing middle map like Siphon and having 90% beacon rate was like just insane.
Yeah.
Because macro was just so easy, right? Like you play scrims, the majority of the time you have the same macro and you get to practice it all the time because it's a likely that you get second beacon almost every game, right? So that's why like our performance first lane or second lane, especially second lane, I think it was, our like stats were like insane because having second beacon, it's like it's not a routine. It was just like a routine. It was like a plan, and nothing was in the way ever. It was just the same shit like we did in scrims. You just copy paste it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So ever since like they moved it from 90% to 60%, I feel like trying to play edge from Siphon is like very hard because one is like the loot is kind of like just mid, and like trying to either move to Geyser side or because usually you always have a team behind you. Like you have a dome team, maybe you have a launch side team, you have tree team. So you don't get to loot diff them anymore because the loot is a lot more like balanced because there's no armors on the ground.
Yeah.
So like tree launch side where everyone's having blue armors, so you can't just like run them over anymore. But I don't know, like playing edge, like nerfing the beacon rate like fucked it over pretty hard, and then playing edge is just like pretty bad. I feel like, which is why also we've started playing Valk. Like even before the update, we were complaining like we couldn't really figure shit out too. We were like having troubles, and we were thinking about leaving Siphon because we realized like we just can't do anything if we don't have beacon. Like it's so like we're stuck on edge with bad loot. People are always either behind us or in front of us, gatekeeping us.
Yeah.
We can't get the craft and shit like that. So yeah, we're just like kind of like it was more. We think it's a POI issue, but at the same time, we think that since after the update, that Siphon got buffed compared to what it used to be. So that's why we stuck around for now.
Do you think if you make regional finals, right? Let's say you make LAN, do you think regional finals is an opportunity for you guys to find a new POI, or do you think you're gonna stick around because you think that buff happened?
We haven't really talked about it
since
like the conversation because we were thinking about leaving Siphon before the update, and then we were like we should probably wait after the update to see what changed.
Yeah.
So like I said, we haven't really talked about it on World's Edge, about leaving or going to somewhere else. Personally, like I said, I think if it was old update, definitely leave. Now, don't really think we have to. No.
That's big. Holy shit.
Do you guys like the new update? Or like everyone in here, genuinely?
Nah.
I think that it was really hyped up, like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. But I agree with the fact that I think all the good characters stayed good and the bad characters stayed bad. And honestly, I don't really find, like, from a viewer perspective, watching like DZ just do this little like simulator of Evo Cash, like ring console, this like, and they're just like bouncing around the map, triple red armor. Now we just go bully everybody.
Yeah.
I don't find it super entertaining. I feel like it's very routine, which macro already kind of was, but I feel like it's a little more predictable almost. Like you can kind of just tell who's gonna win based on like crazy loot diff.
That's fair. The early game objectives, yeah.
I think it's fucking stupid, like with the mini games, like it's like,
Fucking
bro, it's like it was already kind of like that, right? With teams like crafting and zone and shit, which people hated, but now it's like even more so, just like, you're basically, you don't want to fight, you want to just rotate around, fucking doing PvE, grabbing Evo harvesters and like this and that. And I get they wanted to change the game, but I mean, yeah, like I don't know, I don't like that aspect of it because. Like, I mean, bro, you've seen some of the games now, like, I mean, that game 2 in regional finals, bro, I think someone told me that Wig had, like, the fucking map up, and there wasn't a single team in zone. Like, there's just
crazy, bro.
Like, there's just, because, you know why? Because everyone's fucking running around doing mini games. Like, no one's, you know what I mean? Like, you can't go to zone because you have to get your armors up, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know. Personally, I don't like the mini game, like PvE aspect of it, because I already didn't like PvE to begin with. Like even before this, like I didn't like that there was like, teams that have like, I mean, I used to land launch pads, so I took advantage of it. You're just literally running around. You don't have to fight anyone, getting fucking 8,000 crafting materials and then just crafting your armor up. And it's like, I don't like that aspect of having fucking PvE in a, in a FPS shooter.
That's fair.
Like I don't like that, but I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. But I do like that they changed the game, and it did, like, it has made shit fresh. So
Yeah, I feel like the perks is definitely a W for sure.
Perks is
I think
W, yeah.
I think overall Apex had to make a change like pretty fucking soon to at least bring a semi bit of new eyes back, like some old eyes back, and then some new eyes in the game, and then just also keep it refreshing, because I think it was getting very repetitive, like super repetitive from a viewer like perspective. I mean, I was watch partying everything, and I definitely was getting a little bit burnt out towards the end of season 19. I was like, holy fuck, dude, like at least give me something new to look at, right? Like the maps were staying the same, everything. I think they do a fucking horrible job of like definitely revamping maps. I think things can be way more colorful, or even during like seasons, like change it for fucking festivities. I don't know. Even something that's small, bro, for a viewer, or even like a pro, would just make it more refreshing to play the game, right? But I will definitely say perks W, mini games definitely a fucking L. But overall, I am excited for the perks. I think the game will become better once they nerf certain characters' perks, and once they buff those bad characters' perks. I think the perk system is going to make it easier to buff characters and nerf characters, just because you're giving them a whole new ability, right? So I think adding that new ability in without entirely changing the base of the kit is going to be like very, very, very good for the game and longevity wise. Because like, let's say Bloodhound, they just changed Bloodhound's perk, or they just changed something that, Bangalore does, and then we could just get a fucking some teams playing Newcastle with this. Because I do think this is like a segue into more diverse comps. It's just not there yet because scan. But like, fuck, man, I don't know when the fuck we're gonna get past that. I feel like it's been like 18 seasons of scan. I'm kind of fucking tired of it too, to be honest.
And care pack weapons. I mean,
and care pack weapons. Yeah.
Bro,
agreed.
there's just situations where you just get rolled up on. You get fucking railed by some wingman or double wingman or fucking Kraber. Or like, bro, you get an Eva out of your care pack and you're just like, wow. Like, we could have had a game-defining weapon, but instead we got a fucking Eva A out of my pack in like a med kit and a Phoenix kit. Like, how the fuck are we allowing four, five, six natural care package spawns that can spawn in wingmans, Kravers, bows, Evo bricks that spawn purple to red? Like, how the fuck? I get it. It's probably great to just watch your favorite team blow the fucking head off of someone
100%.
in game
Yes.
with a wingman, because they're just straight like armor diffed. Like, bro,
I love it.
How are we playing this competitively right now? It's fucking insane.
I mean,
Well,
go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that I feel like they're clearly trying to force like more of a edge meta, fighting meta.
Yeah.
By nerfing zone by most zones teams have to be stuck on blue. And creating this evil harvester thing, like you can't get the purple, like stuff like that, and creating these care pack weapons that are just OP that you need to have, but you don't at the same time. But that's what it seems like. They want it to be more of fighting 3v3 meta, not just sit in the fucking zone and AFK.
I think they want more fights early game. Like, that's why they're putting the Evos out in these random spots where teams have to like rotate and go fight for them. They don't want like all 20 teams to go pack in zone for 15 minutes and then we finally wait and now we fight. Like, they're just trying to make it so that everybody can't go into zone, and then you have to fight early.
Isn't it like the inverse though? I personally haven't watched like back to like the map, but isn't it like 18, 19 teams walking into zone, or am I completely wrong on that?
Regional finals, I felt like teams were staying alive.
It's like people get their blue armor and then they hope to God they get a purple endgame. Like, I mean, fuck, even I had like endgames in previous finals where it's like we're blue armor going into endgame because the difference like Evo damage should be like through damage, not just like hidden PvE like mini games. Like,
that's fair.
I don't know.
100%. That's exactly what I think, because it's like, if you think about it, right? Like, let's just use World's Edge as an example, right? A team like DZ, right, at Trials, they have the only PvE on the whole fucking map with Trials, and it's like, we already talked about before how there's like POI diffs, you know what I mean? And it's like, it just creates even more of a POI diff, and it's like, obviously you can say, oh, just go fucking contest for the best POI,
It's not how it works, though.
Maybe that'll happen, but it's like, I feel like it's made the game more just like imbalanced, and I don't know. I definitely agree with you on the fact that like you can't level your armor up by doing damage, which I think is probably the dumbest thing they've ever done, because it's like you know, obviously before it was like 300 damage to level up the perp, maybe increase that a little bit, or, you know, maybe make damage on players worth more than one, right? And like, yeah, like a multiplier to like make damaging players worth more. But like right now, it's literally not even worth to even try and be fighting people. You just go around the map doing these mini games, like we said.
Yeah,
like
I mean, just think about like you go middle zone with like a ranged weapon, and you're tasked with getting 350
Chat,
damage.
it's not about the positivity, bro. If they want to talk about what they want to talk about, bro, we're gonna let them. I'm not dictating this podcast at all when it comes to these things.
And just
like, I'm not trying to just be like a positive sanctuary.
It's so much harder to do that type of damage and say like they're not happy from like blue to purple, especially all 3 of your players going middle zone.
Yeah, it's not possible anymore.
I don't want the pros right now. I want this to be like a kickback with the boys. You know what I mean?
Or something like from blue to perp. Like, it's literally not possible. You don't do that amount of damage in a comp game.
I will say that I don't think Trials has anything to do with the situation with DZ, like, genuinely. And even like the extra damage, the extra Evo, I don't think it fucking matters. Like, they could get triple purple armor and they would still run over every single team right now as it is.
Oh yeah, they're not.
Well, you're
someone who's played from Trials.
That's not what I'm saying though. I'm not saying DZ's doing good because they have Trials.
Well, you're talking about like
I'm using that as an example. I'm using the POI diff, right? Like, they're getting
gaps it even harder. They're
that's
good,
fair.
and now they have that advantage.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
they
that
get
like
all the Evo Harvester spawns as well. You know, like,
it's very marginal. The Trials specifically, I will say.
Yeah. I mean,
they get bricks out of vaults too, bro.
I mean, everyone can if they want to. It's just if I think I do say the randomness of these like bricks are insane though. Like, genuinely.
Do you think they should just not even have those in vaults and in care packs at all?
I just don't think they should go purple to red. Like, I don't think red armor should exist. It should go to like purple to gold if anything, or just don't interact in a way that it goes to purple to red. It can go.
I was gonna say just like a set amount, like you get a brick and it's plus X amount.
I don't like purple to red. Period. Like, I don't think you should be able to like. If you have purple armor, I think you should be able to evolve it to red through damage only or kills only. Like, you shouldn't be able to mini game yourself from purple to red because it's just like it creates a boring atmosphere. Simply put, like,
I agree.
You should be able to like get these bricks to go from gray to blue, blue to purple, but like after that, like, why are we rewarding, not interacting with any other player and giving them just like insane advantages?
Yeah. I mean, and I'll give another example. Launchpad, Launchpad has fucking 3 spider nests, which give you 150 Evo each.
Yeah.
They have 2 prowler mounds that are next to their POI. Those are another 150, and then the damage you're doing to prowlers. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying, oh, DZ's fucking the best right now because they have Trials. Like, no, it's just POI diffs are even bigger now because of this new system, and like PvE is worth way more than fucking shooting your gun at another player.
Well, to be fair, I saw ZZ in the chat just like hitting the for sure, and I'm just like, yeah, I actually agree with him. Where Trials is it's unfair, but it's like marginal, really.
Well, I mean,
I get what you're saying. I mean, that makes sense. I feel like red versus blue makes for a pretty boring dynamic for everybody, to be honest. The majority of people that just fast rotate, they don't have the PvE aspect of the game, are actually low key right now getting fucked over harder than anybody else because those zone pulls are crazy. I've seen so many teams try to get a zone fast, and then that zone pull happens, and they're just absolutely fucked out of luck because now they're rotating into zone, fighting somebody who already has triple fucking red after doing 0 damage, and that team's getting rewarded because the pull was so crazy. Now that is like the aspect of the BR that is just it's how it goes, right? Like, you can't unpredictability, it's how it is. But I will say it's definitely not helping the cause when zones are so fucking tough to call that triple reds are just fighting consistent triple blues. I think that's a little ridiculous for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think we'll ever get the change that like. I mean, this is like great because like if we had like competitive separate settings, we wouldn't have to sit here and bitch to the viewers who are tired of us bitching and want to see fucking positivity about our game for once in our goddamn lives. So like,
shit, man.
If we just fucking had competitive settings, we wouldn't be here bitching. We wouldn't have a fucking podcast.
Tournament rules. I think we've been saying that since the beginning, bro. Tournament rule set would be
fucking
so fire.
3-4 years now. It's like, bro.
I
hate to be that guy. It's like, how fucking hard if PUBG's sitting here with inflated loot pools, different fucking settings. How hard is it?
Yeah. I was saying, bro, one of my biggest things, completely off topic, kind of the same thing, that ranked should have different settings for each fucking tier, and then it gets closer and closer to what the tournament settings are actually like. That's what I think. So like your pred is literally tournament settings, but like masters a little bit easier, down a little bit easier. But as you progress through, the game just gets harder and harder to actually win, and gets a little bit more strategic. That's what I think would solve a lot of the issues with like Smurfs and shit like that, because the basic understanding of the game would just have to increase, and you actually progress over time. But that is something that I always was so mind blown at, that we just never had a tournament fucking ever. Tournament settings. That shit is crazy, bro. The only thing we do is turn off heat shields. It's fucking nuts, dude. Like, I think there should be so many different aspects. You should be able to turn off certain guns fucking spawning. Certain things like that would be so good, because then we'd be able to test what's actually positive for an ALGS tournament. Right now, we can't really. It's all theory, like all theory.
I mean,
crafting,
well, it's not. Right? It's not theory. We've had the hypothesis and we've solved it. Like it's.
That's fair.
It's not fucking rocket science. We had gold knockdowns that were self revive. They were in competitive. Everyone fucking hated it. Guess what? It was gone. Every pro fucking loved it, dude. You remember being that professional player and just dealing with the gold knockdown and losing a fucking end game because someone had a gold knockdown.
That shit was crazy.
It was literally night and day how different. We had one marginal change for competitive settings. One marginal change, and
it was almost every game that you were hearing someone complain about gold.
Play the fucking Shiv clip. Play the Shiv clip, bro, where he sits there in the fucking golden knockdowns. Like,
I think what it comes down to in those like tournament settings is like a lot of the stuff that like the pros would want tweaked or like taken out completely is kind of part of like the wow shock factor to like the viewers, though, you know.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
you can definitely see why they wouldn't have it. I definitely am all for it, you know what I mean? Because I've had both sides, so
I
will completely agree. Like there's so much like wow factor behind like a ring 1 wingman or ring 1 Kraber. Like, bro,
so fun.
It's
exactly.
Like,
you see someone get one, and you just know they're about to wreak havoc on whoever.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I don't like go out of my way to be like, oh my god, like please change this, please ruin this. Like, fucking bro, I know it's great. Like this is what makes Apex fun. Seeing someone just like 1v3 a squad with wingman or a Kraber headshot out of a fucking balloon or like literally anything. Like,
I love
these are sick. But I will say, hey man, we could dial down getting fucked in the ass a little bit, like 1 pack a ring or like, you know, maybe a little bit less. Like, yeah.
I think with the new changes, though, I think it's a step in the right direction. I think with a couple of tweaks that we could definitely make the quality of the game better. I personally think it's better now than it was like someone just sitting in Storm for 68 minutes making 48 batteries.
That shit was
18
absolutely. Like,
I think we can agree on that one.
Yeah.
But
changing crafting is like crafting was the best thing, but replicator is just like the future. But the zone meta is still just like kind of there because like what the timer is 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't really.
I think it's 5.5, 5.
Yeah.
1, 2? Yeah.
Make that shit like 60 seconds. Hey, you're sitting in zone, you're gonna fucking die. Like,
you were the only person in comp I've seen get hit with that.
What?
That you guys were like trying to survive. I forget where it was from.
No, I don't think we've ever.
Who the fuck? It was some. Oh, it might have been DSG actually. I think it was DSG.
Wait, was it?
Yeah, they were the only team that I've ever seen get hit with the fucking.
Is that an actual thing?
Yeah, they were like, I forget where they were coming from, bro. I think Timmy died of zone. He gave all his meds, and they were like literally a minute left in zone to like actually get the fuck out of there.
How long were they fucking sitting in zone? Like, how do you spend that much time in zone?
It was pretty crazy, bro. I can't lie. They were surviving just a little bit. They were like resing staging, then had to fucking go all the way to like some souths. It was crazy. It was ridiculous, bro. I just had a harvester. It was nuts.
That is. I mean, unless you're like off spawning, like that is fucking insane. Genuinely.
Yeah. No, 100%. I mean, okay. So going back to the outside of like the season changes, which was really good. Thanks, Nock, for bringing it up. Nock, like you guys make LAN, right? I know it's hypothetical, but like I'm genuinely curious. Do you think there's a POI in mind that like you don't have to say the POI that you would like back if you make it into regional into LAN for international scrims?
I don't know. It's like we need to find our playstyle again because like before we were hybrid edge and then early rotation, but like I don't really know what I want to play or how I want to play. I genuinely enjoy like the early rotate, but I will say like having your entire game revolving around whether you get a beacon spawn or ring castle spawn is like kind of fucking insane. Genuinely. I was surprised like the pros voted against the 100% beacon spawn rate. Like I was actually kind of shocked that we voted on that being removed. Like as a person, I love the 100% spawn rate for ring consoles. I wouldn't say the man scans is a little egregious for sure, but
Okay.
I don't know.
But the zone when you were
There-
about. Yeah.
It's really hard to say what POI I would want on Wedge, because like genuinely they're contested by teams that are already, you know, one hard-headed, cemented into the scene, and fighting them would just be like, okay, you're chalking your next LAN or this this scrim block, and then
That's
knows
why
if
we
you
just
even
need a
get it.
brand new map.
I'm
That's
like I
why
said,
we
like
need-
Count me the fuck in.
Death to World.
Get me
Yeah,
off of
I-
World's Edge, bro.
I
Not
think
even
We
on
just
it,
need a
I'm tired of
brand
that
new
ass.
Yeah.
fucking map,
Get
bro.
me the
I'm
fuck
down. Hit a new map. Like, just send it to fucking competitive at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if the
Yep.
pros bitch. I don't care if the viewers bitch. Like,
Broken Moon,
Just-
bro. Broken Moon.
just no. Shut the
like a new
fuck
map
up.
that
Oh
doesn't
my
exist
god.
right
Nah, bring it in.
No,
bring it
broken
in. Bring it
broken
in,
moon
baby.
is like,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
The hell
Nope.
no.
Shut the no.
Bro,
No.
I would actually rather watch Broken Moon than World's Edge. I've been seeing the exact same fucking RVs for like.
I would
9.5
rather
years.
jump off my 3-story fucking roof than play Broken Moon. In game.
Broken Moon is definitely the
GTA
worst
5.
for competitive.
The
Definitely.
rail third parties are gonna be insane, dude.
No.
Let me cook, bro. All right, what about KC
No.
then? Fuck it, bring that back.
I'm
I'd
down
rather
for-
that than Broken Moon.
I'm down.
I'm down.
for
I'm
KC.
down for
Yeah,
I'd rather
KC.
Olympus
This
than
motherfucker won
Broken
6
Moon.
tournaments on KC. Of course he's down for it. He's fucking
I'm down
wild.
for KC if there's no stutters. Like I have an issue where I can't play KC because it's just map stutters. I don't know if anyone else deals with this, but literally I got a new PC and it's still just the same issue. I've even talked about it with like a developer. It couldn't
Yeah,
find
Multi
the
has
issue.
the same issue on controller.
Yeah,
So-
I
KC.
mean,
What the fuck?
I
Literally
would
cannot play.
I would love to play KC. Fuck it. Like I'm just dude. I load into World's Edge and I'm just like my energy is just sapped. Like I load in, I see the same fucking zones, I see the same bullshit. And it's just like
yeah.
yeah.
Of course.
I think it's a very common trend, though. It's not just like the players. A lot of my chat, every time we get World's Edge, are just
Yeah.
like, boo.
My chat
bro. Like,
spams tomatoes when it comes on, bro. They just
Yeah.
start spamming tomatoes in the chat because they're tired of it. So how you said you're
everybody
down for
can just
KC.
predict how it's going to go.
How you said you're down for KC. So what did you think about Olympus when you guys scrimmed? Was it fucking ass? Horrible?
I'm trying to remember. Like
Did
the
you
majority
even
of the
play?
time we
You
were
you
yeah,
just
we were
talking about
contesting.
Xset.
Oh,
Yeah,
true. Yeah.
Auction, yeah. We were contesting, but we played a Japanese tournament with Olympus, and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
The biggest thing was like Olympus and like KC, like the zones are like hella unpredictable on
Yeah.
both the maps. Compared to like World's Edge and Storm Point, in my opinion. So it's like, I don't know, it'd be a lot more chaos. But I personally, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it because I haven't played it enough. Because the Asian tournament's like way different than the NA region.
For sure.
So like playing Olympus with them is like they don't like gatekeep people. They kind of just like do their own thing. They're a lot more passive. I feel
Yeah.
like compared to NA for sure.
I agree.
Respectful.
Yeah, a lot more respectful. So it's like you can't. That's the thing is like you can't really fully exploit the map without having like I feel like teams that are a lot more aggressive.
Which makes sense.
But I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I think the best way to put it is just like what fucking Nocturnal said is making brand new map and just send it. Don't even let anyone test it. Fuck everyone and call it a day. Like,
yeah, I agree.
I'm all for it.
I
But
am
make
too.
a new map with competitive in mind, because that's
Yeah.
what they did with Stormpoint, right? Like
Yeah.
they had
Yeah.
competitive in mind. Like that's what they need to do. Make a brand new map and have fucking comp in mind. Don't make like, brain dead, like overpowered spots. Like, like fucking, on KC, like Thunderdome, like how that shit was up in the air. Like, remember those zones? Like,
Yeah,
don't make
yeah.
any fucking spots like that. Like,
Mirage
just
on
make it.
fucking Olympia.
Try and make it like balanced and just I agree. Just fucking full send a new map because
Send that
World's
shit.
Edge is just getting old.
Do y'all think? Couple last questions here. Do you guys think Olympus is fixable at all? Like, do you think there ever is a world where they could fix that map to be competitively viable, or do you think we just need the new map? It's just like there's no chance.
No.
No.
There's just so many
What
different
even-
zones, in my opinion. There's like watching it, there's just so many times that it's like teams just die because like where do they go? They have nothing. Like there's just no spots to go,
Yeah.
and that's just how the zone is.
Well, yeah, Olympus and like Broken Moon, I feel like they have kind of the similar issues. Is that like having a certain zone or having zone is just like OP as shit.
Yeah.
Like trying to rotate like a turn through like a certain area on either map, you're just like so fucked. Especially considering the fact that they don't really have Catalyst. You can't really play Catalyst, right?
Yeah.
Because she's like really bad now compared to what she used to be. So like you'd be relying only on fucking Bangalore to like somehow get your ass in the zone.
True.
And it's just way harder, especially like Broken Moon. It's just, I think Broken Moon is literally the worst map to like play Edge on. So bad.
It's so tough, especially with the zip rail buildings and
Shaheen's
shit.
in chat, by the way.
What'd he say? He
Said,
stupid
bro,
shit?
they're complaining about 2 weeks to adapt to a patch, but they want us to build a new map instead of the comp. I mean,
Who said that?
Shaheen, that guy sucks.
he's not wrong.
I mean,
I
he's
mean,
not
like
wrong.
we are being incredibly.
But y'all are
hypocritical,
desperate
like,
though.
Yeah,
You're desperate.
yeah, but like, I
Yeah.
mean, we just want to get the fuck off World's Edge, like
Yeah,
genuinely.
yeah,
Like
100%.
we're that extreme. Like we'd rather deal with a new map than play fucking World's Edge again. Like honestly, like
I agree.
like
There's levels to the hypocrisy a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, for sure.
But also,
Yeah.
you could not do it in the middle of a split. Just
Yeah.
True.
That's what I'm trying to.
you could
Where's
do it.
where's
Yeah,
the
Shaheen,
where's
fuck
the
you.
hypocrisy?
right after champs, you know, so you got a 3-4 month break where you get
Yeah.
to practice. I don't know.
I'm kind of confused where the hypocrisy's at. Like, like just give us more time on either one.
That's fair.
or use our time more wisely,
Valid.
which is fair.
I mean, there's a lot of downtime, bro. Like,
There's a lot of downtime,
lot
but we're
of
not
downtime.
using it. We're
True.
not using it.
well, I mean,
Like-
hopefully we have some announcements coming up, but we'll see what goes on. You know what I'm saying?
Leaks?
Hopefully, a little bit at modest tempo, but like, you know, we'll have some stuff that you guys can play, and hopefully there is new things that there will be play tested before we're just playing for millions of dollars. That'd be pretty fire. You know, you guys actually have some practice beforehand.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shit, bro. I know it's an abrupt ending, but we don't really have any more questions, bro. I just want to hop on, like, just get the vibe check. I mean, going into regional finals, I know you guys are all in pretty little awkward situations. When do you guys think, like, a couple last questions here, where do you think, when do you think regional finals will be? Do you guys have do you have a guess?
I mean, dude, honestly, like, I mean, me and Fun are talking about it, and me and Fun are pretty, like, doomer-esque people.
Yeah.
And, like, we realistically, like, dude, if this is unsolvable, like, our esports is kind of fucked, no?
Yeah.
Like, genuinely. Like, if it depends on, like, what levels, like, we can get fucked over by this. Like, if you can interact with our PCs, if you can interact with our PCs offline, like what is... There's just so much levels to this shit, and not in like the way Peep says this. Like, this is fucking really bad.
Levels. This is levels
Yeah.
negatively.
Yeah. I mean, we're lucky to play this next week. We're lucky to play even like at all, honestly.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Question for Hal, because you had that whole called Pirate Software Day.
Yeah.
Was it something on your PC? Like, I don't know if you guys found like the official answer, because obviously it's like a respawn thing, but.
So there was like when I was doing, so I downloaded at the same day of the tournament, like after the tournament ended, I downloaded like a thing called Malwarebytes to like scan my PC for viruses or whatever, and nothing came up, right? But it was a quick scan. But for whatever reason, I think I was like reading chat or some shit at the time. Like something popped up on the bottom of my screen, and people were screenshotting and telling me like, "Oh, you leaked your IP," and I was like, whatever. I'm not gonna, who the fuck cares? Like, I'm not gonna bring it up. Hey, shit, I leaked my IP and you delete my VOD. I'm not gonna bring attention to it.
Yeah.
But the entire time, it wasn't even my IP. According to Pirate Software, he's saying basically there's like, from what I understand how he explained it, there's the hacker's PC, and then there's like a middle, PC, and then there's my PC. And like this middle PC, that IP that showed up on my screen was the middle PC. Oh, that's what he believes. I also saw earlier, like in my chat, someone was saying like, that IP and all that shit that was popping on my screen, that's like a normal thing. It's always on the internet, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know who to believe. Like, one guy is like really knowledgeable. I'm reading fucking Twitch chat. But like, I'm more so going to listen to the more knowledgeable guy that's telling me, that's... So it's like, he basically just believed that this IP that showed up on my screen because I had Malwarebytes at the time was this guy's like fucking middle PC that he was using as like a decoy. And for whatever reason, his fucking IP or his like PC was connected to mine still, and he didn't disconnect it. And like in his words, he was like, the only way you catch, especially if you, from what I understand, how he explained it is for you to catch a really good hacker or someone that knows what they're doing, especially someone like Destroyer, is that you have to wait until he fucks up.
Yeah.
And for in his eyes, his fuck up was that like IP being shown, and he believes that was like the decoy IP that he was using. And if they find who like sold that decoy PC to him or this IP, whatever you want to call it, and they find whoever sold it, and then they can find whose name it is, blah blah blah. They can find them IRL and whatever, but it depends on like where he lives. People believe he's in Belarus, but they can't do anything about it because of like laws and shit like that. So it's like there's a big rabbit hole. Like literally levels to fucking what Nocturnal said is just like
Insane.
We're gonna be honestly. We're gonna be lucky if we even get past this. But at the same time, I believe that this guy's he's not that like he is malicious, but not to the point where he wants to fuck over everybody. He just wants the message to be known that, hey, I'm capable of this, and that Apex is like bullshit, or like security and whatever is really bad. I need to fix it. That's how I see Destroyer, because he could have been wreaking havoc for, he's been doing it. He's obviously been doing it, but it's been like here and there, right? It's like bits and pieces. So
It's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
but yeah.
I gotta watch that VOD back.
So if you had to give your rough estimate, when do you think regionals is played?
Let's get a fucking poll going, bro. Let's get some gambas.
I mean, wouldn't it have to be next weekend? Because like they don't really try to move talent through the weekdays because they have their own jobs and shit. So
Right.
it'd have to be next weekend. And if it doesn't happen next weekend, like I don't see finals happening genuinely. Because like there's like a 3-4 week break between LAN itself. So
yeah.
LAN
Yeah,
getting
but
pushed back is like completely out of the question. I feel like there's just no chance that
it
happens.
would get canceled before even getting pushed
Yeah.
back, right? Yeah. It would
And
have
they
it would
have
be
to-
COVID
They
over
probably
again.
paid a deposit, like getting those venues. You have to do that way out in advance because there's like sporting events, concerts, like conferences, all these kind of things. So there's no way that you can just like get a new venue on like 2 weeks notice,
Which
and
is
then there you
crazy.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, on top of like, fuck, I just lost my whole thought process. You can go.
No, you're just saying it was getting pushed back. Like, cause I mean, that's
Well,
the only
I
option.
had
we
like
have.
I had
Saying
like a
there's
thought
no way
about
it
it.
gets pushed back.
Well, there's also on top of like the pushback on the whole points thing because like they have to do. Someone just highlighted. Never mind. I was gonna say something about the highlight message, but fucking, there's like you have to deal with the pushback between resetting the points, don't reset the points, or reset the points halfway. It's like, okay, then you have to decide that. Then you have to decide if we're gonna have finals or how we're gonna have finals, if we can have finals without being interrupted, and then it's just like, there's just so much fucking like difficulty for.
Yeah.
There's no winning for EA/Respawn.
None.
There's no winning for players. There's no winning for viewers. Like
Nothing.
the whole situation is up to if Destroyer wants to fuck us, if he's feeling generous, or that's just really it. Like there's
Yeah.
just so our livelihood is genuinely in the hands of one person if
Which is
they
crazy.
want to,
Yeah.
which is
Valid.
or it's two.
Yeah. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, like who the
Honestly,
fuck
could be
knows?
6.
Like
Who the fuck knows,
yeah.
bro? There's only 2 that
Yeah.
name themselves.
Yeah.
Be fucking 10 people behind this, you know?
yeah, like realistically, like we can just do nothing but sit in our fucking hands and hope for the best.
Let's hope we get
But the thing is like, and I was gonna say like another thing is like we don't even know we don't know the capabilities of this guy. So who knows? Even if we go to LAN, we still broadcast that. I don't know how LAN works exactly. If it's any similar to an online server.
Yeah.
One thing is that we know for sure is that like LAN is not actually LAN.
No,
it's
the
still
last
like
time
an
that's
on.
happened. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's still like an online server. It's not an actually
100%.
0 ping. So
Yeah.
he could still fuck over LAN. He actually just fuck over LAN if he wanted to, because it's not actually like an offline remote server. It's like they're basically just placing us next to the fucking server that they actually have. Like that's why we went to London and shit like that. So I could see him just fucking over LAN too for sure if they don't.
And
fix
it's gonna be finals.
Yeah.
Because he waited until regional finals for the exact reason that there would be the most amount of viewers watching.
I mean,
So
that
if
motherfucker-
anything's gonna happen, it's gonna be in finals at LAN, and that's when he's gonna fucking strike, bro.
I mean, he had 100K or more eyes on him, bro. Like easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
And I mean, dude, and God forbid, like the worst case scenario where it's like someone who has inside like help in helping them, like that's even like worst case. Like if it's an inside like employee or whatever the fuck it is, ex-employee, like
Yeah.
if it goes down that route, then
Let's hope not.
the whole situation's even more fucked, you know?
Let's
like
what we need is just that ALGS. Didn't you guys play on like a fucking ALGS client for a little bit, bro? Like that's what y'all
yeah,
fucking
but
need.
they scrapped all of it.
I know.
It's,
Well,
it's
that's,
gone.
That's what should fucking be happening for LAN, for regional finals, everything. That's like as it should be. That's the standard for LGS that we need.
Yeah.
So hopefully they bring that fucking shit back, and then we'll be in the clear. But that needs to like be immediately brought back if we want to actually play out regional finals this weekend. That's the only way it's gonna happen, I think, personally.
Yeah. It's
I mean-
either this weekend or bust, really.
Yeah, 100%.
They could just not broadcast it, maybe.
Oof.
are you really gonna tell ImperialHal to not stream finals?
Yeah.
I mean, like, if it gets it done, it gets
I'll
it
turn
done.
that bitch on.
Yeah, I am
Yeah,
too,
like,
motherfucker. I'm watching
That
just.
motherfucker.
I'm watching
yeah,
party
you're
his POV. You out your damn mind?
My title's gonna be
you're not
undercover
just
spy.
fucking-
Yeah,
It's gonna be like not TSM ImperialHal streaming ALGS Finals, and it's gonna be like fucking his Twitch handle. Like dude, there's no way
Not a
you're gonna tell the
chance.
players to not stream it. Like
I don't know. I feel like no matter what, they're gonna find a way to like get the like regional finals over with one way or another. They got it. They got to get it in there, and they got to get it in there soon.
Because in League, there was a DDoS attack on like one of Faker's games.
Yep,
like,
an
a month ago or
LCK.
something,
Yeah.
and they had to not broadcast it because of that, and then they
remember
like
that.
broadcasted it the next day. So
Yeah.
I mean, the sucky part
I
for
mean-
Apex is obviously all the players stream their POVs, but like I don't know. Would that prevent it? Maybe.
Probably not. I feel like he would know they're playing.
If he knows that you're online in the
Yeah.
game on your PC, then yeah.
Let's be honest.
yeah, the
bro.
problem is like League has a whole there's clients and then there's extra clients and there's extra clients. Like the whole the LAN client for League is like a full separate.
100%.
It is only for these people and
Yeah.
like no one has access to it. It's a completely different client from like the actual League of Legends client. So
It's also what 10 people in the game. It's not 60,
Yeah,
so it's a little
like,
easier.
and also spectators, like who the fuck knows what the spectators are doing? Like what the fuck anything else is in there? Is like our game is just so fragile and basic that it's just like it is what it is. Like that's just the end of the day. Like it is what it is.
Let's just hope that at the end of the day, bro, let's just fucking hope that we play. Or we little bro thinks he's part of the team.
Wait.
Let's-
There was just a tweet. There was a tweet just came out from
What happened?
Respawn.
Oh, what the fuck? Live?
No,
Literally just now.
That's hilarious, actually.
You can't tell me that's a coincidence. There's just no fucking
that's
way.
fucking funny.
What did they tweet?
They basically said it deployed the first layer of series of updates to protect the Apex Legends player community and created a secure experience for everyone.
But they didn't. There's no update on.
No, not
What's
regarding the
next?
tournament, but they basically said that hey, we added
We're
more
working on it.
security.
Oh.
We added more security, and we're still working on it.
Hey, did we apply the pressure that was needed? Did we push the
Shaheen
P?
said Shaheen said it was coincidence, to
Yeah,
be
I'm not a dev.
to be devil's advocate, that's if it fucking works.
True. I mean, that's definitely
That's it.
That's definitely
That's
a
it.
realistic thing to say, though.
Yeah.
Okay, Apex Esports also tweeted they did not anticipate any changes to Split 1 playoffs. We have more information to share on Challenger Circuit and the NA Regional Finals soon.
Let's fucking go, bro. We'll take
Hey,
the
we'll take it.
communication. We'll take the
it. We'll take
communication.
It's something. It's something.
I'm gonna be honest though, bro. They definitely had to say something like ASAP. I think today definitely makes the most sense.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there was definitely an announcement because
Yeah, people were freaking
people
the fuck out.
literally
Bro.
did not want to play Apex and shit.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I uninstalled and I don't play the game. I play like once a month. I uninstalled. I was so nervous. Then people were
Instantly.
people were joining top 50 as Destroyer 2009 changing their names. I shit myself, dude. I thought my shit was about to get torched. I was like, bro, I'm getting the fuck
Yeah.
off everything. I left like 40
Oh.
discords.
Hey, at the end of the day, we'll take the update. It's
Yep.
a start. It's a
W
first
communication,
step.
man. 100%.
And the only thing we can really do is just be hopeful that players get to play soon and we get to just continue the schedule that we were on.
Yes, sir. All right, boys. Well, I think that's it for us, man. I really do appreciate y'all for stopping on. I know it's not like a drama podcast or not really anything crazy, but we just want to talk about what your guys' mindsets are at. I feel like you guys always give like really good insight behind the scenes of what the fuck y'all are going through because people love to assume and say stupid shit in Twitch chat, but I think the reality is everyone here is a fucking human, and there are things that people just maybe want to get out on a larger platform, and you guys were able to do it. So I appreciate y'all, man, for stopping by. Thank you again, and we'll obviously have you guys back on. We want to do this way more again. So if you guys ever want to join back, just let us know. We're totally down to kick it, man, all the time.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thank you
you
for the
guys.
invite.
Yeah,
Thanks for
no
everything
worries.
you do always.
Yeah, no worries. Be good, guys, all right? I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully, regional finals, maybe Sunday. Let's pray. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully, best of luck, boys.
Yeah, love you guys, man. Peace, peace,
out,
peace.
boys.
Later.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
All right, what's up, guys? Hey, thank y'all for sticking around, chat. I love you guys so much, bro. Dude, huge fucking update from Play Apex and Apex, huh? And Respawn. I mean, that coincidence is fucking crazy. I appreciate y'all, though, man. Like, again, I want to fully, I really don't think people understand, man. Like, I know y'all, some of y'all love drama, but I am not here to create that environment. If someone like Nocturnal wants to come on here and shit talk Dropped, they're more than happy to. You know what I mean? But I'm not instigating shit. People can come on here and say, hey, EMEA's trash, APAC North sucks. That's cool. But I am not looking to farm any of that shit, man. I want a solid podcast about the game, and I want perspectives and insight as to why teams are struggling or why they're doing what they're doing. And I think it's really important, man, because everyone's a human, right? We sit here watching Optic place in fucking 18th, but we don't know the reason as to why, right behind the scenes, because they don't stream. So really important for me. W fucking tweet and communication from Respawn. W communication from Play Apex Esports. We needed that. Whether it's not what we wanted exactly, we needed that shit big time. So, W, bro. Awesome. And I love you guys doing it, right? I will see y'all, probably not tomorrow, but I will see y'all this week again. I promise, man. Me and Greek might do another podcast this week where we talk to the EMEA players and get their vibes out. Because obviously they already qualified. So talking to people that did qualify and maybe didn't is going to be very important. So, yeah. This weekend, Temple, we are good unless they make regional finals on this weekend. Then I obviously can't do this challenger circuit. But I am going to sign us up tonight. All right? Love you guys, man. I will see y'all soon. Keep me updated on Twitter, Instagram, all the good shit. Go follow me on all socials. Love you, chat. Big kisses, and I'll see y'all soon, man. Go to the Zetto. Bye. Love you guys.